The following is a presentation of Husker Radio Sports. Your exclusive home for North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics is right here on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. You can also hear all the action at www.huskerradio.com or on the KODY mobile app, available for free in the Google Play or the App Store. Now let's send it to the voice of the Irish, Tanner Struckman.
I'll say hello to a doubleheader of undefeated teams here at Knights of Columbus Field. Welcome in to our Quick Stop pregame show here on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM and 1061 FM. I am Tanner Struckman, thrilled to be with you tonight for a heck of a battle. We've got North Platte St. Pat's coming in at 5-0 on the season, and today they get the toughest test on the schedule. There's no doubt about that, as they have Sandhills Valley, the Mavericks, coming to town. 4-0 on their young season. Welcome into our Quick Stop pregame show, just around every corner, fast, easy, and convenient, with 6 locations throughout North Platte, also locations in Ogallala, Hershey, Grant, and Imperial. On the road to everywhere, it is Quick Stop. Proud to be proud sponsors of Irish football here on Husker Radio. It's already game number 6 for North Platte St. Pat's. Hard to believe. There's only 2 left in the regular season after tonight. Only 1 left after tonight at home, guaranteed, outside of what could be in the playoffs. Right now, St. Pat's ranked number 1 across the state in Class D1. And now they take on an undefeated Sandhills Valley Mavericks team who is having the best season they've had since 2006, when Stapleton went to a state championship in Class D2. And so they've got a lot of confidence right now. They're coming in playing really well. They had a heck of a win last week against Maxwell at home in half. They won 48-0 in the first half. They actually called that game at halftime because they avoided the weather. Unlike St. Pat's did, who, of course, ran into a 5-hour delay in Sutherland last week. But today, it's clear skies. What a picture-perfect football Friday night. It is going to be 70 degrees at kickoff. It's beautiful. Sun's out, not a chance of rain. Should be a perfect night for football here for a pair of undefeated teams coming up here at Knights of Columbus Field. It's also senior night, so they'll do that ceremony in about 10 minutes on the field. You'll be able to see that. They'll have all the seniors from all athletics here at North Platte St. Pat's, and we'll continue our pregame coming up. Again, it's St. Pat's 5-0, Sandhills Valley 4-0. Luke Connell, the head coach, is in his 6th year, and he feels like this team getting better and better last 3 years, and now again out to an undefeated start. We'll break all the Mavericks down coming up here in just a little while. It's all coming up. You're listening to high school football from Knights of Columbus Field on the campus of North Platte Community College. We'll continue our pregame with Coach Kevin Dotson. We'll recap that marathon win. It was a 7-hour-plus game, technically, when you include the 4-hour and 53-minute rain delay in Sutherland last week. What a wild one that one was for the Irish. We'll recap that, and we'll preview the matchup with the Sandhills Valley Mavericks. It's all coming up. Again, you're listening to high school football on Husker Radio's KODY and online at huskerradio.com.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Putting your family first. At Phelps Family Dentistry, we always go the extra mile for our patients. Whether it's helping them conquer their dental anxiety or helping them achieve the smile they've always dreamed of, our team strives to make sure every patient feels like family. Call 534-4040 to schedule your appointment or visit us on the web at phelpsdds.com. We would like to also wish St. Pat's Irish good luck this sports season. Putting your family first.
Convenient access, quality service, community focused. This is Pathology Services of North Platte, providing medical testing that is easy, convenient, and efficient. With 2 convenient locations in the Westfield Shopping Center and in the Health Pavilion, Pathology Services is available for all your testing needs. You can count on us to get your laboratory test results to you and your doctors as quickly as possible. Pathology Services, the name you know, the results you trust.
Back here on our Quick Stop pregame show from Knights of Columbus Field. It's another football Friday night for North Platte St. Pat's. They get Sandhills Valley. We'll take a look at the Mavericks in a moment. Coach Kevin Dodson, though, 57-14. Game time, pretty normal. About a 2-hour game. Real time, I think that took, about 7 hours to get that one done in Sutherland. But you got it done about 2 a.m.
Yeah, we sure did. Don't want to relive that moment again. We've been through something similar. We talked about that. That happened up in Bridgeport. This didn't seem as bad just because it was a 20-minute drive home and not a 2.5-hour drive. But, a lot of things went into making that decision. Obviously, that second cell that developed late, we thought we were going to get out there and start playing at 10 and had that other cell just kind of pop up and delay us till about 11:45. But we were glad that we could get it in and be able to move on.
Well, answer the question that I've been asked, and I'm sure you have about 50 times since then. Why didn't you just push it to Saturday? What are they doing?
Well, that was a tough decision. You get in there and you want to get the game in. I don't think it was till about 10 o'clock that the crew, fishing crew, said, we're not coming back tomorrow. We can't. They had other obligations. And so, now you're dealing with, can you find a crew for Saturday or not? So some of that went in. And then all of a sudden you get to a point, Tanner, where you're like, hey, we've been here this long. Let's get this in. And I think both teams kind of felt that way. We were a little unsure of how it was going to go, but then once you got that deep into it, you're like, let's just finish it tonight.
What's that like for the kids? I mean, you got 30 kids that you're trying to, first off, occupy for 5 hours. It's not easy to do at their age, but also they don't have an Xbox with them. I can't imagine. But also, then they got to get back at midnight. I know that time is probably not a huge problem to them playing at midnight, but still, you got to get also the process of getting your body ready to go again.
Yeah, I think that was probably difficult. I'm not sure we handled it the right way. You're not really prepared to handle a delay like that. But we went out, we got them some pizza. The kids just kind of mingled around in the gym for that long. And, I think, we went out at 10 and warmed up again, and then we were told to go back in. And so it was kind of an up and down night, I thought, emotionally for the kids. They tried to work themselves up and get motivated that first time out, and then a second time out, and then a third time out. So, that kind of wears on you. But I thought probably as coaches, we didn't handle that the way we should. We probably, hopefully, knock on wood, that never happens again. But if it does, we probably have a different plan moving forward, just to occupy them, keep them focused and more at ease.
The game, obviously went well for you, 57-14. They kind of come out and punched you in the mouth a little bit right away, and that's restart. But then you score, I think, on 5 straight touchdowns to start that second restart, if you will, of the game, and did what you want offensively.
Yeah, and, there's a lot of things that go in there, and you can make excuses as to why, we didn't come out ready to go. But as I told the boys, those are just excuses. We felt like we weren't very sharp. We didn't play real well in all 3 phases of the game. But here you have, an opportunity to get a win and move on and face an opponent this week that's going to be a real challenge.
About every week you're getting 1 or 2 trick plays added in. I think you had a little shovel pass to Brecken, then you had we had almost like a jet sweep with Will Moats and coming in motion. So it seems like you've been a little more creative in the 8-man game than an 11-man.
Well, I think the 8-man game leads to that a little bit more. You have more of an open field, and so you have an opportunity to maybe try some of those things. And we're blessed with a number of different kids that can do a number of different things really well. And so, I think you kind of look at your personnel and you say, okay, how can we get this guy the ball? And let's create a play here that gives this young man an opportunity. And so, the only thing that we're short of, if you talk to Sam Scholes, is that center pass. And so, we just haven't been able to figure that out yet, but he's been asking since day one.
The game wasn't without loss. I should mention, obviously, junior Kai Brown went out, hurt, obviously a pretty significant ankle injury.
Yeah, and, our hearts go out to Kai. He'd done such a good job. Physically, he's really changed. He's just one of those kids that came out. He's probably a little undersized as a freshman, sophomore. This year really saw him blossom into a young man, worked hard in the weight room, and was a pretty important role for us on those special teams and as a rotator. And so to lose a guy like him really affects you in a number of different areas. And so, we hope that his upcoming surgery goes well and we get him back on the mend.
North Platte St. Pat's 57-14 last week over Sutherland. Now they get ready for Sandhills Valley. We'll take a look at them next.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have. Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the Sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Save the date and help us celebrate 20 years of green. I'm Endowment Director Wendy Dotson, inviting you to join us for a special night of fun and fundraising on October 22nd. Games, prizes, auctions, food, fun, entertainment, and so much more, all in support of the North Platte Catholic Schools. We're going to party like it's 2003 and celebrate all of the wonderful things that green has done for our schools. Watch your mail for the invite and join us October 22nd.
Whether you're at the work site or on the trailhead, you need an ATV that goes above and beyond the expected with the power and performance to work harder, technology to make every obstacle easier, and a time-tested promise of quality and dependability. When duty calls, you need the 2022 Honda 4Trax lineup. Available now at Budke Power Sports under the big red roof right off I-80 North Platte. Then you'll learn how life is better on a Honda ATV. For riders 16 years old and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
We've got the power.
Back here on our Quick Stop pregame show, Sandhills Valley. First time you see the Mavericks. I don't think there's probably in the history of these two a game on the football field that maybe has been played. I don't know, but obviously not in recent memory. So brand new team, Sandhills Valley, bringing a 4-0 record. This is their best record since they won state with Stapleton in 2006. So they got to feel really confident about what they're doing, and they have athletes.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they're. When you look at them, you watch them on film, they're a disciplined group, they're a physical group, they're well coached, and so they're going to provide a lot of challenges for us, and we're excited about that. I'm excited. I told the boys I'm excited to see what our team can do when we're going to be pushed for 4 quarters, and so that's something that we want to embrace and move forward with.
Offensively, I think maybe the Highline quarterback is the best athlete you faced, maybe even after tonight, I don't know. But overall, I think collectively this is a good balanced offense. They'll throw the ball, they'll run the ball. This is probably the best offense you've seen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right in that assessment, and they do things fundamentally sound. And so when you're watching them, you can't help but appreciate what they're trying to get done, and enjoy watching them play ball. Their kids are going to play the game hard. They've got good skilled guys in the backfield. They've got Kramer on the edge, and he's their primary receiver. He's a big, tall guy that can get in the open and pretty athletic, and so they can hurt you in a number of different ways. And defensively, we just got to be ready.
Right, it's not a team they'll run the ball. It's certainly they got a big fullback. They've got a good running back and a good quarterback. But with Kramer, that offers you got to keep that in the back of your mind. And you really haven't had, maybe Cambridge certainly threw the ball quite a bit more than anybody else, but you've been able to buckle down mainly on the run most of the year.
Yeah, you're right. And this is not just a normal target. This is I think he's 6'5", can run well, and he can get open. And so that's really going to be a challenge for our safeties this week, is to keep him in check, and hopefully we can create some situations where we're putting pressure on their quarterback and make him make some quick decisions.
And this is a game where, you look at the scores so far through 5 games, your starters haven't had to do a whole lot in the second half. This is probably going to be a complete game. This is going to be one where they're going to play a 4-quarter game. And, it's something. Is that nervous at all as a coach that they haven't had to do that?
No, I don't think so. We're, like I said, we're looking forward to that opportunity. And those are the games that make you better. And we need games like that. So, we're excited about it. I think the kids are excited about it, and we know at the end of a game like this with 2 undefeated teams that win or lose, you're going to be a better football team because of it.
North Platte St. Pat's again here, taking on Sandhills Valley. What do you see defensively from the Mavericks?
They're going to run an even front, Tanner, is what we've seen most of on film, and their linebackers are aggressive. They're going to be right up in the line of scrimmage a lot of times, and they're just going to come out and punch you in the mouth. And so, it'll be a new look for us. We haven't seen an even front much. Most of the defenses that we've faced have been odd front, and so that's going to provide us to do a few more plays that we haven't really executed up to this point, but to give us an opportunity to try some new things also.
The Irish and Sandhills Valley. It's also Parents' Night. You got a good group of seniors.
I sure do.
Dare I say a big group. It's bigger than I think the last 5-6 years.
Well, yeah, that's the first time we've ever gone above 5, I think, and maybe the last 5 or 6 years. But, what a great group of young men. Josh Davies, obviously, we know Josh is recovering, but he was out. Matt Phelps, Will Moat, Sam Scholes, Seth Engler, Luke Ekdahl. We've heard their names for quite a while now. And let's not forget Caleb. Caleb has been on the sideline helping us stay healthy all those years. So just a great group of young men. I think they've really embraced that leadership role. And it just doesn't, I think people maybe miss that a little bit. It just doesn't happen during football. It's happening during the school day. It's happening up in the weight room. It's happening in the summertime. And these guys have really done a nice job of setting a high standard for these boys to reach, and really want to see them have success.
Well, and let's be honest, you only have one guaranteed, home game after this. Obviously, hope in the playoffs you can get some, but it's a season. There's 2 left in the regular season after today.
Yeah, isn't that something? We're already in Game 6 of 8, and so I know we'll have a bye week there after next week. But it's gone by awful fast, and this has just been such a fun group of boys to work with. The transition's gone as well as it could, and these boys that are leading this team have just been outstanding young men.
Best of luck against Sandhills Valley.
Thank you.
We'll continue pregame after this.
My grandpa shared with me these words of wisdom: trust and respect are earned. That advice fuels every decision I make, and that's why I respect the reliability of Nebraska's public power electric utilities. They safely generate and deliver low-cost electricity, and I trust that. When the power goes down, their linemen go up because they truly care, and their word matters. And there's nothing more Nebraskan than that.
This message brought to you by your local public power utility and Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
This is Marty Trushinsky. I'm proud to help sponsor another year of sports for our St. Pat's Irish teams. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, I'd be glad to help you out. I've been handling civil lawsuits, criminal cases, and general legal matters here in North Platte for over 30 years. Like our Irish teams, I know how to win. Call me at 534-4837 or visit my website at troshlaw.com. Experience you need, results you want, and let's go Irish.
A proven track record of success. It's what you expect, and that's what you get from Lindemeyer Law Office of North Platte. With more than 130 years of combined legal experience, the attorneys at Lindemeyer Law Office have handled it all with personalized and aggressive representation both in and out of the courtroom. Attorneys Robert Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Shantae Durham, and Kent Turnbull are ready. Having the right experience in court is critical. Call Lindemeyer Law Office at 308-534-6740 or visit flatrocklaw.com.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM from Knights of Columbus Field. We're on the air here on our Quick Stop pregame show as we have senior night being presented here today from Knights of Columbus Field. We'll go ahead and show you that. Pardon the Quick Stop. We'll get you your sponsorship. Don't worry, but go ahead and show off the seniors being announced here today on a beautiful night at Knights of Columbus Field as North Platte St. Pat's 5-0 takes on the Sandhills Valley Mavericks at 4-0, and we welcome in Mr. Bill O'Malley back to the broadcast booth at a normal 7 o'clock time. You know, I like seeing you a lot, but 2 a.m. might be a little late for you and I, so it's good to hopefully this one's over by 9:30 and we're not going till 2.
Yeah, that's right. The novelty of it was actually kind of fun to some extent. I think there were kids that really enjoyed it. Thought it was some of the younger kids that were over there really had a good time in that downtime and so on. But yeah, I agree. You wouldn't want to make a habit of it.
You're not referring to our video film producer Brecken Erickson. He was enjoying himself. I think Brecken Collins here. He was enjoying himself. Brecken Erickson was probably enjoying himself too. That was a big win for the Irish, 57-14, but they had to pay for it. 4-hour, 53-minute rain delay last week in Sutherland. Certainly one of the odder games. And I'd venture to say probably. I don't think it's too far to say it probably one of the latest games the state's seen before.
Oh, I think it probably is. I mean, and the thing that allowed for it is there wasn't a lot of travel involved. I think, if you were an hour or more from home, you'd had to start thinking about maybe it's time to give up on it and try it a different day. But where we're just 20 minutes down the road, it's pretty easy to say let's finish this out and go home.
Irish got up 7-0 with 8:17 left in the first quarter. Before that 4-hour, 53-minute delay. Once they restarted, Sutherland scored right away. It was 7-6, but then Irish scored 5 straight touchdowns before half, held Sutherland and led 43-6 at halftime. 352 rush yards, the second most this year. 20 first downs, tied for the most. Jackson Roberts 153, Will Moats 94, and 4 touchdowns. But one thing that I talked with Coach about in our pregame chat, Coach, is that Coach Kevin Dotson, he has worked a couple trick plays into the playbook every week. We see about 2. We saw Brecken Erickson carry the ball one time, kind of a shovel pass to him, and then we saw Will Moats on like a jet sweep in motion pitch last week. And well, I asked him in the pregame. He said, yeah, we'll have a couple more here tonight. So he's kind of thrown in a few different ones. Obviously, we've seen the pass from Jackson Roberts. We've seen Jackson in that diamond formation. So the 8-man game has certainly lent itself to a more interesting playbook for the Irish, a team traditionally pretty traditional.
Right, and I think the other thing that adds to that is, you've got a couple of really good weapons in the backfield, and you've got 4 or 5 things that you're able to do to get those guys the ball both in the middle of the field and on the perimeter. But then the other thing that you have to look at is what are some things that we can do to keep a defense off balance so they're not just able to completely key on those guys in the backfield. And if you do some misdirection, which is what you spoke of a little bit, that holds those secondary guys just a little bit. And I think the other thing is you always give teams down the road something to look at and something to think about. And I think it's particularly important that you run those plays with some success so that, there are things that kind of alarm a potential opponent to the degree that they have to spend at least some practice time working on those things.
North Platte St. Pat's got to 5-0, 57-14 win last week against Sutherland, and now, believe it or not, the regular season is winding down. There are 2 games left after tonight on the regular season for North Platte St. Pat's. Believe it or not, they'll go to Maxwell next week. They'll probably be 3-2. They get Hemingford tonight next Friday, and then they'll have a bye week, and then they'll get Perkins County at home to wrap up the regular season on October 13th, and then it's playoff football from there on out. Injury-wise, Irish a little banged up. Obviously, no Josh Davies. I talked to him. He's getting honored right now as a senior, one of that group of 6 seniors for North Platte St. Pat's on the roster. And you throw in Caleb Engler in there, who's been a terrific assistant or terrific medical staff on the sidelines there, and that's a really good group of seniors. But obviously know him for the rest of the year. I was talking to him prior to the game, and he said he had good surgery, long surgery, and he said hopefully he's able to get back in time for track and field. I think that's the goal. Jackson nicely back into the lineup here today. He had a shoulder injury, and Coach said he should be good to go to be back into the lineup. In fact, should start here today. They did lose Kai Brown, though. Broken ankle last week against Sutherland. Obviously, the worst thing there for him. But Oh, I think he's going to have planned surgery next week, and so hopefully he can get healthy. You know, he's a guy that really came on strong for the Irish. Let's take a look at those Sandhills Valley now, the opponent for the Irish, 4-0. And there's a lot to talk about because there's a lot of history for this school. This is a co-op between Stapleton and McPherson County in Tryon. But out to this season, 4-0 start. That kind of the thing that jumps out to you, Coach. This is our first 4-0 start since 2006. That was the last time either a McPherson County, a Stapleton, an SMC, or Sandhills Valley team went 4-0. That year they lost to Dodge in the state title game 28-20. To do some prep, I went back and watched a little bit of that game, just so you know. So I didn't have a whole lot bearing on this game, I know, but I did want to see that. So this is a quality team. They're off to a great start. I think they're feeling really confident right now.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of success. They had a pretty good football season a year ago. They've had a couple of pretty good basketball seasons the last couple of years. So it's a group of guys that have had a lot of success, and you know that success breeds confidence, and so they're going to come in here confident and ready to put forth their best effort.
Luke Connell, 6th year and with this co-op. Connell, who is a McPherson County grad back in 1998. Actually, the last time McPherson County started 4-0, he thought was his senior year back in 1998. So it's good to see these two programs getting together. This is the second string of this co-op, by the way. This was a co-op back in 2009 to 2013, you may remember, as SMC. They went 11-30 in that co-op, one playoff appearance. Their best year was 5-4 in 2012. Then they went back their separate ways. Both had never had a winning season since then with more than 2 wins. After that co-op dissolved. In 2017, Stapleton actually had to forfeit their season, but they did play a co-op JV schedule with McPherson County that year, and that kind of started the co-op. They started football co-oping first in 2018. There they went 3-5, then went 5-5 the following year in 6-man football. They officially became Sandhills Valley 2 years ago with the co-op name, new mascot in the Mavericks. They went 4-5 and 3-6 last year, but did make the playoffs now 3 straight years. So they went from Stapleton not having a football team in 2017 to playing 6-man football together in 2018 and 19 to playing D2 football the last 2 years. Now they're up to D1 football. So it's been a heck of a lot of changes if you're a Stapleton McPherson County fan over the last 15 years.
It is, and it's interesting to see how those things kind of morph into what they eventually become, which is a really successful program right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got to like what they have, and we'll talk more about the personnel. It's a quality team, physical team, probably the most physical team the Irish will see all season long. There's some straight-up cowboys on this team. I mean, there's no doubt about that. One of them is a national champion in steer wrestling. So, like somebody told me as I was walking across the field, he can probably tackle.
Yeah, that's right, and I think that's one thing to watch for is how much is Sandhills Valley going to be willing to just stick to that physical, straight-up run game?
We'll find out. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back and get you starting lineups and kickoff from Knights of Columbus Field. It is a battle of the undefeated. St. Pat's at 5-0, Sandhills Valley at 4-0. It's coming up on Husker Radio.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Bowles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
You want to support North Platte Catholic Schools? One great way is to support the Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays, 10 to 3, and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday, 9 to noon, and Friday and Saturday, 10 to 3. After hours, call St. Pat's Catholic Church. All proceeds benefit the North Platte Catholic Schools.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
North Platte welcomes Hilton True Wide's newest brand, True Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax on the patio by the fire pit with your favorite beverage from the well-stocked pantry, including wine and beer. Enjoy a state-of-the-art 55-inch television in your room and complimentary hot breakfast buffet. Earn and redeem Hilton's Honor Points. Book your True Guaranteed Best Rate at Hilton.com. The True by Hilton at exit 179 just off I-80 North Platte.
It's 6:58 Central. Services technology solved. Again, North Platte, St. Pat, Sandhills Valley, a battle of two undefeated teams. 5-0 against 4-0. The Mavericks. We'll talk more about their offense right now while we got a couple minutes before they get the kickoff here. As this is a team that's led by the sophomore Luke Connell. He's the coach's son, and he's a good quarterback. Taking over, kind of took over midway point of last year at quarterbacking duties, but he's 64%. 446 yards through the air, 8 touchdowns, and only 1 INT. His stats jump off the table a little bit through the air. Main target will be Colt Kramer. Big guy, 6'5", 170-pound senior, 17 grabs, 21 yards per catch, already 7 touchdowns. You know him, Coach, well on the offensive side when it comes to basketball because he's a heck of an athlete on the basketball court as well.
He is really a good athlete, kind of a versatile guy, and I know a guy that has really gotten the coach's attention here. And again, I think that makes them especially dangerous when they have that good physical run game, and then you throw in some play action to a good athlete like that.
The run game, Jackson Starr kind of leads the way. Good-looking senior lieback, 6 foot, 180 pounds, 343 yards, 6 touchdowns. Does have a couple fumbles lost, but then the bruiser's the fullback, Coy Johnston. He's that national champion in steer wrestling, 6 foot, 190 pound senior. Good athlete, can run the ball, has caught the ball, tremendous tackler as well. Already has 48 tackles, so he's a linebacker that'll gobble you up. Main players there of the Sandhills Valley offense that you'll see. It's a balanced attack. 210 through on the ground, 112 through the air. On the line, you'll see Tad Dimmitt, 5'11", 220-pound senior. You'll also see out there, a little smaller on that side, the rest of it then, Cooper Layer, a 5'11", 170-pound junior, and Kason Johnston, the younger brother of Coy, 5'10", 160 sophomore. He's your starting center. Irish tee it up with Sutton Tickle at the 30, and let's get this one underway. The kickoff is end over end. Jackson Starr going to let it go into the end zone, and it's a touchback to start the ball game here from Knights of Columbus Field. Settle in. We've got a good one in Class D1. A pair of ranked teams. Out comes that Sandhills Valley offense.
Again, I think the thing that I'm most interested to see is how persistent that the Mavericks are with their run game. I think they've got a really quality physical run game. You know, are they going to really stick with that and just give the Irish kind of a steady diet of it, or are they going to try to mix it up a little bit?
The sophomore Connell will climb under center. He's got an I formation behind him, and Johnston and Starr, they work right to left in your radio now to get this one underway from their own 15-yard line after the touchback by Sutton Tickle, number 24 on the year, by the way, for him. They'll sweep right side for Jackson Starr, has some room on the right side edge, slips through one tackle, dives across the 20, brought down by Will Motes, but that's a solid gain of 6 for the back. He's a good handful, is Jackson Starr. 57th carry, averaging 6 yards per carry. Got 7 there on first down.
Yeah, and a pretty good seam there on the perimeter. There wasn't much penetration there by the Irish front, and so a good first play for the Mavericks.
Irish again with that D line. Brecken Erickson, Sam Scholes, Logan Dodson, and Seth Engler left to right. Jackson Roberts, Sam Trushinsky in the linebacking core for the green and gold. Second down and 3. Your safeties, Will Motes and Jackson Nicely back in the lineup. 2nd and 3, and Connell, he's going to take his time here. He receives the snap, gives it. Jackson Starr in the backfield. This was a TFL back at the 20-yard line. Irish got great penetration on that D-line. That time, Sam Scholes, the senior, makes the play. It's a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
I think Jackson Roberts shot in there underneath also, so a good defensive play there by guys at 2 different levels. It's good to see a defensive tackle in there on a run tackle, and then of course Jackson from the linebacker spot. But very good penetration and gap discipline there by the Irish.
Opponents 24% on third down. This is 3rd down and 4 from their own 21-yard line. It's quarterback keeper, and Jackson Roberts hits him first. They push him back. It'll be short. 2-yard gain. That was a nice read, I thought, initially. But number 8 made the play. He recognized it quick enough, put a good pop on it. It's a yard shy. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, and really critical that he did make that good solid tackle, because there wasn't anybody lined up directly over the center, which the Irish don't really line anybody up over the center, but there's a little bigger gap maybe there, and Jackson reacted quickly, and there was no gain after the initial contact, which is what it had to be to stop from the 1st down.
Now 4th and 1, high snap for Jackson Starr. It's over his head, back into the end zone. He'll pick it up. He'll roll this way, try to punt. He'll get one underway, a sidewinding kick. It's going to bounce at the 30 and go out to the 33-yard line, so not a bad situation after the start of that play for Jackson Starr. He did his best job to get that one about 30 yards downfield. But the Irish, tremendous field position at the Sandhills Valley 32 to start their first drive. Nearly 2 minutes in, 10:01 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, really an unbelievable play there by Starr. I thought there was a time there where he might just eat it and take the safety rather than give over the possession. He was clear back in the end zone, but he scrambled around and got a pretty decent punt away.
Here's the Irish offense. They give it Jackson Roberts. Slips in the backfield. He'll be pulled back after a gain of maybe 1. Jackson Starr brought him down. He kind of shuffled his feet. Irish going hurry up. I noticed Sam Trzynski running onto the field quickly. They're ready to go. 2nd down and 9 from the 31. Sweep right side for Jackson Roberts to the 30, to the sideline, 25. Slips 1, and it'll be pushed out of bounds there physically by Cole Kramer. There's a flag down at the 27, few feet from where he got knocked out of bounds. It would be 4th down or 3rd down and 3 or 2, but we've got a penalty. We're going to have it on holding on St. Pat's.
Block in the back.
Excuse me. I saw him put the hands up there at the end. Block in the back at the 27, so the Irish going to commit their first penalty. They're averaging 5 a game, but first thing that jumps off the table is that hurry-up offense. We haven't seen the Irish implement that yet this year.
Yeah, and I think they just had a first few plays here scripted and something that they're trying to do a little bit differently. And I think one of the things Coach and I actually talked about it some is, you have that first few plays scripted. It gives your guys really something to focus on. And so this may throw a wrench in it, putting you in a tough down and distance situation.
I'm going to guess they didn't script the block in the back.
No, probably not. That's always the thing.
2nd down and 15, back at the 38-yard line of Sandhills Valley. Working left to right. Here's play action. Back to throw. And Sam Trzynski throws it out in the flat. Caught. Far side across the 25. 1st down run for Will Moats down to the 21-yard line. Easy pitch and catch for Trzynski to Moats, who has not thrown the ball a whole lot this year. That'll move the chains. Sam, 7 of 16 is all on the year, but he's thrown for over 200 yards and moves it there for a gain of 1st down.
Yeah, and some of those incompletions on Sam's part are deep balls down the field, and you're not going to hit a huge percentage of those. But I like the way he throws it. I just think he throws a good catchable ball. There he had Will wide open, didn't try to be too fine, just got it out there to him where he could do something with it.
Here's Moats on a carry right up the middle, fullback dive. Tad Dimmitt grabs on and holds on. It'll be a good gain of 3 or 4, though, for Moats. And here go the Irish again, hurrying up. It'll be 2nd down and 6, and they're ready to go. From the Sandhills Valley 17, dive play, Moats again up the middle, and he's basically falling on the back of him was Johnston. Short gain again, but it sets up 3rd down and 3, and here we go. Hurry up again. 3rd down and 3 from the 15-yard line. Turns, quarterback boot near side for Trzynski. Slepto jumps over his own blocker, and he's going to dive down to the 17 or 13-yard line, but I think he's a yard shy.
Awfully close, but I think he is short.
Maybe a half a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 1 for the St. Pat's offense here, who have scripted out this first series. We're at 8:25, quarter 1. St. Pat's, Sandhills Valley scoreless here in the Battle of the Undefeateds. And we'll see if what the Irish do on 4th down and 1. They're at the Sandhills Valley 12-yard line here. Under center is Trzynski. Turns, gives it. It's Jackson Roberts right side. Hit. He'll go down, but he dives forward, and I think he'll have the 1st down. It was a good tackle on the play by Braden Powell, the junior linebacker. But on the first look,
he didn't get a real good spot there.
Boy, the official on the far side looked like he had it by a yard. Now they're going to bring the measurement out.
He's got it. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
But I think he tumbled over a pile of downed players, and I think he was up actually pretty close to the 10. But he got, and maybe his knee went down earlier than that. Maybe we missed that. But
they'll measure this. The Irish have not had a lot of 4th downs. this year. They are 2 for 6 on 4th downs. And now we'll be 3 for 7 as they move the chains. That's one of the few starting group first downs, though. Shout out to that chain gang who has had an easy year this year. Mark Mayfield, Sean O'Neill running them out there. A couple of alums of the school. They've had a cakewalk of a season at that position.
That's right. They really had to show their stuff there.
Down to the 11-yard line. Irish get their second first down. 8:08 on our scoreboard. Brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. So now the Irish, with that, take their time a little bit more, but we'll see if they need a second play, if they keep that tempo. First down and 10 from the 11. Quick pitch left side for Will Moats. Cuts through. He'll go down. Nice tackle. Jackson Starr able to hold on. Tad Dimmitt finished him off. It's a loss of 1 yard for Will Moats, who already has 3 carries, now for 6 yards.
Yeah, and that on that play, there were a couple blockers out in front and created just a really narrow seam, but the pursuit from the inside cut it off. They're a pretty good kick-out block, but no seal back to the inside, and Mavs were able to make the play.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 from the 13-yard line in Maverick territory. Working to the east end zone. Play action, back to throw. Trushinsky sets, throws, end zone. It's a jump ball. It is incomplete. Boy, intended for Brecken Erickson, and out there was Kramer. It went through his hands, and then I think Brecken had a chance at it. He couldn't quite catch it. I'm sure the sun played a little bit of factor in that. Falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I think Kramer really probably felt like he had a play on the ball and did, but just wasn't able to grasp it. And then it popped through as you described and maybe even had a chance to catch it, but pretty hard on a short deflection like that.
Now it's 3rd down and 12 at the Sandhills Valley 13-yard line. Wing back right, Jackson Roberts the lone setback. This time Trushinsky will fake it to him. They'll end around, lever wing back around to Will Moats, left side to the 10 to the 5, going for the end zone. He's got a first down, and he is going to be in. Touchdown! Will Moats punches in a score from the white wing back all the way to the goal line. Touchdown, North Platte St. Pat's.
What? That's a Swift Arrow Center play of the game nominee.
So the Irish go with a little misdirection. I think that's what they call it, scissors play. Will's in the wing on one side, and they show toss sweep to Jackson going right, and then counter with Will coming back to the left. Really a nice wall at the line of scrimmage there by the Irish, and then Will's just able to use his speed on the perimeter.
He'll attempt the extra point, 26 of 29 on the season. He's been outstanding in that department. This one almost blocked. He pushed it to the right, and that is no good. It'll remain 6-0. North Platte St. Pat's here on a 9-play, 32-yard drive, but with 7:11 to go in our opening quarter. North Platte St. Pat's strikes first. They lead Sandhills Valley 6-0. You're listening to High School Football on Husker Radio.
Used to be an old drive-through. Stop in now, get something new. Joe and Gretchen will show you the lot. With our used cars, the fun won't stop. The prices are right, the mileage is low. It's a no-pressure sale. Come find your dream set of wheels at Swift Auto Center, where customers send their family and friends.
This is Nelson Jett of Team Perlinger & Jett of Great Plains Realty in North Platte. Give us a call for all of your real estate needs. Whether you are buying or selling, we are here to help you with your next move. Make sure to check us out at teamperlingerandjet.com. As proud supporters of the St. Patrick's Irish, we are excited to wish them the best of luck in their 2022-2023 school year activities. Go Irish!
It off left to right on your radio dial, end over end. This was going to be caught right into the end zone, just barely into the end zone there. Jackson Starr back deep with, I think, maybe Cason Johnston. And that one is going to be, Corey Johnston, rather, I think, back there. And that's going to be a touchback, and Sandhills Valley will bring it out to their own 15. 7:11 to go here in quarter number 1. 6-0. North Platte St. Pat's forced to 3 and out. And they got a 9-play, 32-yard drive. For Sandhills Valley's sake, they got to feel like, well, we made them work for it. There's no doubt about that. Irish able to finish it off. Didn't get the extra point, though, and it's 6-0. So out come the Mavericks, who ran the ball 3 times on their opening drive and got down to 4th down and 1 and didn't get the first. Here goes Luke Connell, the quarterback, the sophomore, with an I formation. He'll come under center. He's back to throw. 5-step drop, sets his feet, has time. Now he throws over the middle. Tip incomplete. He had one target out there in Kramer, who was double coverage. That was really a tough play. I would like to see that one get to Kramer, because if so, Will Moats was back there along with Jackson nicely. They kind of had him blanketed, but it got tipped to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I got to believe that's part of what the Irish intend to do there in the secondary whenever they can is get a second defender on him. But a nice play, I think, by Matthew Phelps, maybe got the tip on the ball.
He replaces Inglar on this near side for the play. 2nd down and 10 from their own 15-yard line here. After Connell's first attempt, 0 for 1 now. He'll sweep near side for Jackson Starr. Trying to the outside edge. He'll get right to the 15, pushed out at the 16. On the stop for North Platte St. Pat's, Braxton Richards in there, along with Jackson Roberts. Richards coming in, the sophomore on that D-line. That's the depth that St. Pat's can employ. 3rd down and 9 after the gain of 1 for Starr.
Boy, a lot of defenders out there in pursuit. Makes you think that the Mavericks might come back with some kind of misdirection, because, boy, the Irish really strung that out and had multiple guys out there, 4 or 5 guys out there clear to the sideline on the near side here.
Now 3rd down and 9, 2 split to the far side. The outside one is Cole Kramer. He's the main target. Pistol set here with Johnston behind Connell. Man in motion, right to left. That's Starr. Comes all the way across. Back to throw is Connell. Pressure starting to come. Sets up a screen play. Overthrows Johnston, incomplete. Sam Scholes was right there to apply a hit. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and 9, and Sandhills Valley will have to punt.
I agree. Sam really sniffed that thing out. Johnston just showed briefly block and then released into the flat. And I think Sam recognized something was up and it forced the pass to be pretty fine in there. And as you said, I think Sam has a pretty good chance to make the tackle even if it gets completed.
See if the Irish get an opportunity to return a punt. They've not had a score since the 2nd game of the year. This one returnable off Jackson Starr. Caught by Will Moats at his 33-yard line, setting up the fake. He will fake it. Run to the far side, trying to get a wall. Picks it up, a block at the 30. Across the 35, cuts across the middle of the field, and he'll have to go down to the 37. That one just never developed. It took a long way to run from this side of the field all the way to the far side, and just took a little too long to set that wall up. But the Irish get it at the 37-yard line to start their second drive. 6:41 to go in our opening quarter.
Yeah, pretty well covered there by Sandhills Valley, and a couple of things that complicated it. The high punt takes a little longer to get, and of course then the fact that the ball was caught so near the one sideline had to get clear back across the field.
HG Management's ready to put their half a century of experience to work for you, whether it's farm and ranch management, ag appraisals, or ag real estate sales. See Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper at HG Management in North Platte. Here's Jackson Roberts on a veer right, and he'll take it across midfield to the 38-yard line of Sandhills Valley. Solid gain of 6 for JR, 4 carries, 13 yards.
Really a good shoestring tackle there by Cason Johnson. I think Jackson gets about one more step right there, and then it becomes a bit of a foot race, but he was able to get his feet wrapped up right kind of at the point of attack.
11 yards per carry for Roberts this year, 61 carries prior to today, 14 touchdowns. Here's 2nd and 4 from the Sandhills Valley 37. It's Roberts again up the middle, and he'll get hit at the 36, fight through that tackle, pick up the first down. Coy Johnston will come over to finish him off, but that's a 5-yard gain for Jackson Roberts, and he looked like the steer winning that battle there as he shook off a tackler and able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, really a good, tough physical end to that run, because there were a couple of defenders there, had him wrapped up. He just kept driving his legs and twisting his torso and got squared up again and got the first down.
That was a gain of 4, but that was a hard 4, and he got the first down to the Sandhills Valley 33. 6-0 green and gold. Second possession, 5:48 opening quarter. Split back formation. Trushinsky runs veer left. It's a keeper himself. Back to throw now. Now he's in some trouble. Trying to get out of it, and he's back at his own 39. He'll go down. That was kind of a disaster waiting to happen for the Irish on that veer, and that's a huge loss back inside their own field.
I didn't really see what happened there. I thought initially it might have been a give to Will. Yeah, Sam got to the perimeter and just stopped up, and whatever you do, you got to just commit and take what's there or what isn't there. And it turned into a pretty rough loss.
Loss of 8, 2nd down and 19. Back to throw is Trushinsky. He'll step, throw over the middle. He's got Moats, but overthrows him. Moats had a step on Johnston. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and long. That time Trushinsky had a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, there was, and I think if the line can give him a little bit more time there, I think he can probably put it on Will. But when his vision was a little bit affected by the people in his face, and he just had to kind of throw it out there. You don't want to throw that thing short when you can't see exactly the separation. If he gets one more step, he probably is able to get it in there to him.
3rd down and long, 19 yards from their own 39. Back to throw is Trushinsky, this time with time. Sets his feet, he's going to air it up for Brecken Erickson, who's got a step. Brecken can't quite grab it at the 10-yard line. Boy, laid out nicely. Kramer behind him, but Erickson, that was catchable. Just couldn't quite run underneath that one, and it'll be 4th down and long.
Boy, Brecken and Sam have come so close to hooking up on plays of that nature several times and just haven't quite gotten it done. I mean, just off kind of Brecken's fingertips there, and looked like it had a real chance, and he did have a step on Kramer.
Jackson Starr to receive the Brecken Erickson punt. Haven't been many of these. This is third one of the year is all with 4:58. Good stop by Sandhills Valley. Good time. High spiraling kick. Starr going to let this one bounce at the 1. It'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. With 4:51 to go, Sandhills Valley got to feel like, hey, we got to stop on a team that not many have forced a 3 or a punt with this starting group. That's a rarity right there. So the Sandhills Valley Maverick defense gets the victory there, and now they'll start their drive again at their own 15, trying to get some offensive yet to pick up a first down.
That is a pretty amazing stat to be this far into the season and have your third punt. But of course, the drive killer there was the big loss on the veer attempt there.
See what the Maverick offense can do. Third possession here. Back to the I formation with Johnston and Starr behind Connell, the sophomore quarterback. Will go under center here to get him set. Mavericks from their own 15 working into the sun. This time we'll give it. Fullback off the right side has a little room. That's Johnston. And then push back. Gain of 3, but a positive gain out to the 18-yard line for Coy Johnston, who came in with 14 carries, 61 yards, and 4 scores. He's a bruiser, though. Good size at 6'1", 90, 3 yards there.
Yeah, that was, I think, a hint at what he's capable of doing. I do think the Irish should be commended there. Not a lot of yardage after contact there. They really ganged up on him, did a nice job.
4:20 second quarter, 6-0. Sandhills Valley trailing here, but got a second down and 7 from their own 18-yard line. They're working the clock here. This time we'll sweep right side for Jackson Starr. Has some room on the outside edge. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Got a first down run. Across the 30, out to the 35. Thrown forward to the 37-yard line. Big time run for Jackson Starr. First down and the big carry for the first time for Sandhills Valley in this game.
Yeah, first kind of big gainer. He's able to slip through a seam there at the line of scrimmage, and good athleticism and good finish to the run by Starr.
18 yards for Jackson Starr out to his own 36-yard line. 4:05 opening quarter. Sandhills Valley picks up their first down. Now looks to keep the momentum moving their way right to left on your radio dial. Back to the I formation. It's a tight I formation. Not a lot of room between the quarterback and the fullback, and even less between him and the tailback. Sweep near side for Starr, other way. This time Jackson nicely misses a tackle, slips through another couple tackles, and kind of darts into the Irish territory. Brecken Erickson on the stop, but that was good patience by Jackson Starr, who picks up 6 yards and sets up second and short at the Irish 37.
It was good patient run on his part. The Irish were there, just overran the play, just didn't really break down and make the tackle, and allowed Starr cutback angle, and he made a nice gain.
2nd and 4 for Connell and company, who are moving into Irish territory. 3:19, quarter 1, trailing 6-0, but the Mavericks moving the ball, looking for their second first down here. Again, they were certainly wanting to milk the clock. You can see him waiting for the ticker to go off down to 5 seconds. Now he'll give it fullback Johnston, right side, push back after a gain of 2. It'll set up 3rd down and 2. A host of Irish players, including Braxton Richards, Brecken Erickson, and Tommy Gale on the stop. 3rd down and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, he got what I would say is a fairly favorable mark. If he got up that far, it was for a fraction of a second because he got driven back as soon as there was contact, but got up there within a yard of the line to gain.
I got to imagine Sandhills Valley's thinking with Johnston, they feel pretty good about a 3rd down and 1. At the Irish 35, might be 2-down territory as well for the Mavericks here. Irish showing pressure here. They've got right now 6 up at the line of scrimmage on 3rd and short. Connell again waiting for the clock. 2:24, quarter 1. Receives it. He'll give it to the deep back Starr off the right side or near side, and initially I don't think he got it. I think he got a half yard, needed a full yard. The initial signal should be 4th down and a half yard, but we'll see if they want to measure. But right now, it's going to be close. They might have to move the chains out. They will. They're going to make that chain gang go to work again. A Starr 5th, 6th carry, 32 yards here. And it could be a first down, could be a 4th down. The sideline markers already put up 4th down. They feel pretty confident about that, but but they're going to bring out the chain gang and run across again. Clock stops at 2:16 to go in our opening quarter. Hey, if you're ready to build, Lee Davies Architecture can take you from design to done, including permits, bidding, and construction. A full-service commercial architecture firm with consulting engineers. Lee Davies has 25 years in the industry. Call today to start building. 530-9138. And it looks like it will be a little bit short, not by much.
Yeah, he's got the chain pinched up pretty close to the stick, but it was just a little bit short.
So a big fourth down for Sandhills Valley. They've taken it from their own 15 out to the Irish 34-yard line. Picked up a first down and now looking for their second one. The big carry was an 18-yard run by Jackson Starr. They've been able to find a little rhythm here after getting a stop defensively as well. Trailing 6-0, trying to punch back here on the road at North Platte St. Pat's. Great crowd on hand. I can't quite, there's a good crowd on this side as well as I look down. There's more fans than I've seen on this side of the field in quite some time. The Mavericks have traveled well. Going for it on 4th and 1 from the Irish 34-yard line. Irish stack the line here with 5.5. They'll quarterback keep, and boy, I don't know. Initial push, yes. Second pushback, no. I think he got a favorable spot, and they're already, I think, going to say he got it.
Yeah,
and that was a different quarterback, by the way.
He got it with that mark.
Yep, and they're going to give it to him. That was actually Caleb Burnside, the senior running back, who picked that up. He needed one, got one. He came in there for that sneak, and he moves the chains.
Yeah, they gave him all the surge there, and maybe the ball did poke out that far. It may have, but there's a really good reaction there by the Irish front.
So down to the Irish 33.5-yard line. Connell back under center. Second first down for the Mavericks. Under 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Sweep right for Jackson Starr. Has some blockers. Jackson Roberts comes in, lays a big hit down at the 31. It's a gain of 3, but number 8 flying all over the field right now.
Yeah, and he was kind of showing blitz and then backed off late and was able to get out there to the perimeter. Brecken also had him wrapped up, and Jackson actually just kind of hit the whole pile and knocked it over.
A lot of Jacks, just different finishes. Jackson Roberts, Jackson nicely spelled differently. Jackson Starr with a T. Second down and a long 7 after the gain of 2. Minute 20 opening quarter. Sandhills Valley, this will be play number 7 of this drive as they try to even up the scoreboard. I formation for Connell again, just outside of the 30. Back to throw, looking with time. Sets, throws over the middle. That ball almost intercepted. Intended for Kramer. Jackson Roberts knocks that one away. He was the one that stepped in front of that pass, who made the play. Falls incomplete. It'll be third down.
I think Jackson has that ball. If Kramer doesn't poke his hand in there, it looked like maybe the crossing receiver, Jackson was going the other direction and had it between his hands, but it looked like Kramer was able to just poke it out of there and knock it loose.
That was a nice play defensively. They've intended for Connell's looked for Kramer several times. 0 for 3 through the air. We mentioned 64% this year. He's a big target. He's 6'5". He can throw the ball up for him usually. Third down and a long 7 from the Irish 30-yard line, just outside of a minute to go in the opening quarter. Connell has him set with the I formation. Back to throw again. Pressure starting to come. Eludes out of it to the near side. Now maybe looking to run. He'll get through that tackler. He'll step through and get pushed out by Will Motes. Ball comes out late, but I think they're going to call forward progress down. Irish scooped it up, but I think they're going to call him down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of about half of what he needed on third down and fourth down and 7, and third down and 7. Now it's going to be fourth down and 4, a gain of 3. Probably the right decision by Connell to take off and run, get what he could, because now you set up maybe a more manageable fourth down with 40 seconds and clicking here in our opening quarter.
Yeah, and really good play there in a number of areas by Brecken. He was able to flush him out of the pocket and then pursued and was part of the tackle, and then I think maybe even ended up with the ball.
He did. I think the right call, though, with forward progress. He looked like he was stood up. So big fourth down and 4 at the Irish 27. Could be the last play of the opening quarter. And there's going to be a false start. Left guard jumped. And that will be charged to Cooper Lair, and that's going to change a 4th and 4. That's got to frustrate Luke Connell, the coach. His first penalty on Sandhills Valley comes on a 4th down and 4. And they'll mark it back to 4th and 9 with 16 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. They'll run the clock, and I think maybe coach will let the clock run out. We'll get to the second quarter. They're pretty patient here, and that was what's going to happen. We've played one quarter here at North Platte St. Pat's. It is the Irish 6, Sandhills Valley 0. A huge 4th and 9 in Irish territory coming up for Sandhills Valley. This is high school football on Husker Radio.
Find your favorite beverages at Quick Stop with fountain machines with flavor fusion shots, alligator ice slushies, 8 varieties to choose from, gourmet 100% Arabica house blend, and exclusive Seattle Buzz coffee, and for real shakes and smoothies. Pick up your Quick Rewards card today and start saving. Members enjoy rollback prices at the pump every Tuesday and Thursday. Quick Stop with the lowest beer prices in town and happy hour twice daily, and we never close. Quick Stop with 27 locations open 24/7.
This is Trey Wasserman with TD Angus at Rishel Ranch. Join us at our annual bull sale on March 17th, 2023 on St. Paddy's Day, where we sell 400 Angus bulls. Look us up on Facebook or tdangus.com. Go Irish.
No matter who you are and where you're going, Mid-Plains is here for you. The differences of our campuses make us stronger. Our shared mission propels us forward. You can't define us as one person, one town, one place. We are many, in pursuit of something bigger, together. With 6 individual campuses supporting a vast and determined region. We are Mid-Plains Community College.
Hey, Vieira. North Platte is your home for cell phone and internet needs, providing consistent, clear connections across Nebraska, including rural areas. Vieira is also the provider for connections tonight to make our broadcast possible. Check them out, 1320 South Cottonwood, North Platte. Sandhills Valley, 4th down and 9 from the Irish 33. Look like they're going for it. Low snap. They'll pitch it right. Now looking to throw. Star will throw, and he'll air it up, and it's going to be intercepted by Moats. That would have been one to knock down, though. He caught it. The Irish would have had it at the 33. Instead, now they're going to have it back at the 13-yard line, so... No, it's a loss of 20. It is an INT for Moats, his first of the year.
Yeah, that's too bad. But when in the middle of the play, it's just it can be kind of hard to remember that what the down and distance is. You're just trying to make a play there, and normally any other situation that's a great defensive play. It's still a good defensive play because he'd walled off the offensive receiver there and made it impossible for him to catch it.
Here's the Irish offense from their own 13. Sweep right side for Jackson Roberts. Some pressure. He will try to slip through tacklers to get back to the line of scrimmage. Won't, though. That's tremendous pressure there by Sandhills Valley on the outside there. And on the stop, number 24, Jackson Starr came in second in the team in tackles. A TFL there, his 8th of the year. A loss of 2 for Roberts, who has 6 carries for 15 yards.
I think the thing that stood out to me most probably with the Mavs defense is their tackling's been really solid.
Right.
There have been a few times where plays were fairly well blocked, but they just couldn't get through the seam. Somebody gets a hold of the runner and does a good job.
2nd and 12, counter near side for Roberts. Again, stacked up. Not much. Line of scrimmage. He'll go down. He had one of his own blockers down on the ground, and he couldn't get around him. It's maybe a loss of a half a yard. Now a true 3rd down and 12 as the Irish have not gone forward at all on this possession. Tremendous tackling. That linebacking core is really good for Sandhills Valley between guys like Braden Powell, Coy Johnston, Jackson Starr. I mean, Coy Johnston's a guy who will finish with, he could have 200 tackles by the end of this year. He's a tackling machine, and now sets up 3rd down and 12, back at their own 11-yard line here for the Irish offense. In some trouble here, 10:38 to go in our opening quarter. They're going to hand it off right side for Roberts, hitting the backfield, got through that to the 15, to the 20, got a first down. Late block, and there he goes! What a pancake to send him to the end zone! My goodness! Brecken Erickson cleared out the 25-yard line, and Jackson Roberts has paid her his longest rush of the year. Touchdown, Irish. What a run by North Platte St. Pat's on 3rd and 8.
What? That's a Swift Arrow Center Play of the Game nominee.
I did actually think of that when Will intercepted the ball. I thought, well, Tanner, what if Jackson has a little bit longer run then? But we know if he can get in the open field, there's no going back. So, but that drive looked to be dead. But that's the beauty of having that kind of speed, is it can turn around pretty quickly.
Let's see if the Irish go for 2. They're going to try to kick it here. High snap. Now they're going to fake it and go for 2. Trushinsky throws near corner. Tommy Gale can't quite haul it in. Boy, you got a hand on that. Just about hauled it in. It falls incomplete. Sandhills Valley was not fooled at all on that. They had a guy on coverage in Burnside, and it's going to be 12-0. North Platte St. Pat's after a 69-yard touchdown run by Jackson Roberts. 10:24 in the second quarter. St. Pat's 12, Sandhills Valley 0 on Husker Radio.
Hosting a get-together, event, or party? Use Occasions in North Platte, the area's event venue for gatherings of up to 55 people inside with a beautiful outdoor patio as well. Occasions is where you want your event held. Call Allison at 534-2533 or Mike at 227-2602 to book today. Parking your RV, boat, jet ski, or camper? Park it at MDN LLC Storage. Conveniently located at North Lake Road, MDN LLC Storage is safe and secure with gated pin-pad entry and security cameras monitoring 24/7. Call Faith at 532-1332 or Mike at 227-2602 to get your spot.
Lincoln County's outstanding news alternative is the North Platte Bulletin. For 17 years, the Bulletin has informed you of breaking news, courts, entertainment, state news, and sports from Lincoln County area, courtesy of an experienced staff that delivers unbiased and honest news coverage. Pick up a copy of the Bulletin in Lincoln County and surrounding towns. Subscribe or check out NorthPlatteBulletin.com. Annual subscriptions come at an affordable price. The Bulletin, your homegrown, hometown newspaper.
For Sandhills Valley, will take it out to the 16-yard line before Irish's James Hyrig's on the stop. Sutton Tickle in there as well. St. Pat's gets a 3-play, 67-yard drive. A 69-yard touchdown run by Jackson Roberts makes it 12-0. Coach, we got to mention Brecken Erickson, who had a pancake at about the 25-yard line to clear that one out.
Yeah, he did. I went back and watched it. Aiden ran it back for me, and he had the defender engaged for a long time, and then got him running backward, and then finally was able to get him pushed to the ground to free up Jackson.
That was a 3rd down and 12 at their own 11-yard line. Now Sandhills Valley takes over at their own 16 after their first run back under center, 1st and 10. Connell down 12-0. Will sweep left side for Jackson Starr. He'll get to the outside edge, then hits it right there. Just enough, and Brecken Erickson got down low on the ankles and made the tackle. Then teammates finished him off, and Logan Dodson and company, 2nd and 10, no gain.
Well, the thing with like Brecken and Seth Engler does a good job too at that defensive end spot. Is it's one thing to string it out, but it's another thing to string it out without getting driven down the field.
Right.
And those guys are able to hold their ground and get that perimeter blocker stood up and actually work off them and still make some plays. So a nice job there. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of misdirection here from the Mavericks.
Starr, 8 carries, 34 yards. Been the workhorse so far for the Mavericks. 9:38 second quarter. St. Pat's 12 and Sandhills Valley 0. Took up a couple first downs, and this time they get a delay of game. They didn't get that one off in time. That'll back them up 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Second penalty on the Mavericks today.
Yeah, in that case, I think they must have been a little bit late getting out of the huddle because previously, as you've described, they've gotten up to the line of scrimmage and then allowed Connell just to watch the back judge, and you know, he knew just when to call for the ball, and that time it kind of snuck up on him.
All right, so 2nd and 15, 9:27, clock running, second quarter. If anything, that works some more clock, which is clearly something Sandhills Valley wants to do, shorten this game up. Back to throw on 2nd long. Pressure coming, brushes out to the far side, has some room. He'll step, throw, sideline, incomplete, intended for Kramer. Right there on coverage was Will Moats. Laid it out there to a spot that maybe Kramer could get it, but it's going to be 3rd down and long, incomplete.
Logan Dodson was the first one in there to kind of flush him out. I happened to be watching him prior to the snap, and he did a good job of ripping through there and really pursuing Connell really aggressively and kind of forced him out of the pocket and made him throw on the run.
Sandhills Valley 0 for 5 collectively through the air with an INT. 3rd down and 15, back at their own 12-yard line here. 9:13, clock stops here in the second quarter. St. Pat's 12, Mavericks 0. Back to the I formation for Connell, who operates mostly in that. We saw a pistol set earlier with a couple of wideouts out far side. This time, 5-step drop back to throw. Steps up, throws the ball. It's going to be, is it intercepted? James Hyrig's, did he catch that? It was flipped out. I think they're going to call it an INT for James Hyrig's. Oh, what a play. 23 somehow was able to just corral that. Kind of fell right into his hands, but that was a heck of a play by 23. His first takeaway of the year.
And I think Connell was just trying to get rid of the ball. He was just trying to throw it away. I don't know that he had anywhere to go with the ball. And of course they've changed that rule so you can throw it away in high school. But that pass, there was a receiver out there, but I think he got hit a little bit and just couldn't put anything on it, and James cut in front.
Here's 1st and goal at the 4. Will Moats right side. He's in. Touchdown. Second rushing touchdown for the fullback, Will Moats, the senior, on senior night. Puts the Irish back up 6 more. 18-0 with 9:03 to play here in our second quarter.
Really a good surge there by the offensive line, and then Sam, right after the give, got in behind and gave a little extra push, and Will was able to get it in the end zone.
Moats has had a heck of a year. That is his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. He's got a couple receiving touchdowns. He's had a tremendous year in his senior campaign, and now the Irish going to go for two traditionally. They're under center. First time we've seen this all year. High formation. They'll turn, give it. Roberts right side, cuts through the middle. He's going to be brought down. He'll dive forward. You won't give it to him. Looked like he was trying to lean his right arm out. That's a nice play by Coy Johnston, none other than the senior, to knock him down for no good. And Irish 18-0 have not gotten a two-point conversion or an extra point yet today. But Irish get a four-play touchdown run, 4-yard touchdown run with 9:03 to go in the second, leading Sandhills Valley 18-0 on Husker Radio.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
The second defensive turnover for North Platte St. Pat's via INT, and Will Motes cashes in a score. Now Sutton Tickle end-over-end kick that'll carry into Jackson Starr. No, he's going to catch it at the 1. He'll bring it out across the 5, slips a tackle out there, get across to the 10 into the 13-yard line as Brecken Erickson brings him down. A little surprised Starr brought that one out because you can kind of carry yourself into the end zone and get it out to the 15 automatically. That time he kind of tiptoed the end zone to make sure he didn't go into the end zone, and could get out to the 13, so not even where you would get on a touchback. And so Sandhills Valley now in an 18-0 hole with 8:57 to go in the second quarter.
And the same kind of combination of guys on coverage there. Isaac Irish was the first guy down and kind of flushed him out, and then Brecken Erickson got him down.
1st and 10 for the Sandhills Valley offense here. They've struggled the last couple possessions here. Connell under center with 8:57 to go in our second quarter. Trailing by 3 scores. I formation, gets it, turns it left side. Jackson Starr has a little bit of a push. He'll dive forward up to the 18-yard line. Solid gain of 5 for the senior I-back. Sets up second down and 5. 9 carries, 39 yards for Jackson Starr, who's been the workhorse.
Yeah, a little bit of a mishandle, I think, coming away from center there. Disrupted the timing a little bit, so Starr did a good job of still making a good gain out of it.
I was going to say, it didn't look like he got that one cleanly. Mavericks 210 on the ground and 112 through the air for a collective 322 total yards, averaging 47 points per game, trying to get their first score of the game. 8:19 second quarter. 2nd and 5 from their own 18-yard line. And back under center is Luke, the quarterback, Leighton Connell. He'll turn, give it near side. It's on a pitch. That's Jackson Starr, and he slips back. Lost a yard as he slipped back at his own 17-yard line. Couldn't get his footing down. It'll set up 3rd down and long 6.
Yeah, the Irish were fortunate there, I think, because the perimeter defender there for the Irish got tied up and got his outside shoulder blocked, and that maybe could have been a pretty good gain for the Mavericks, but unfortunately for them, the runner slipped down.
Just like the athletes on the field quarter track, your heating and cooling units work hard, and service on them is sometimes needed. When the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down, call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte for service or a new unit altogether. That's Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte, 534-5848. Back to throw on 3rd down and 6. Connell looking far side. He's got Burnside open, incomplete. Oh, that was a nice toss, and Burnside just about ran underneath it for a catch. It falls incomplete, though, and it's going to be 4th down and 6.
Yeah, and Thomas did a good job recovering. The ball had a little bit of air under it, but probably a ball that maybe Burnside is capable of catching, just wasn't quite able to get his hands on it.
Burnside 5'8", 145. I know Coach Connell though told me when we were talking that's a generous 5'8", but boy, he just about ran under that for his 4th catch of the year. Instead, it'll be a punt for Starr back at his own 5. Low snap. He got hit. Did he get touched? Yes, he did. There's going to be a flag. I'm not sure if the Irish touched it or not. I think they're going to say he didn't. At the 28 is where it'll be down. There is going to be a flag though, as the Irish did run into Starr, and they're going to call it running into. That's the key. Unless the high school game's different. Is there 2 varieties in this? You don't see this too often.
I thought there was only personal foul.
I thought you were right. He didn't signal that initially, but looks like Coach Connell's running out Leighton Connell here to maybe stay He's not a defensive starter, so I think he's pretty confident it's going to be a first down. Officials still talking about it. Flags back at the 7-yard line where the punter was, Starr, who had a ton of pressure. I'm shocked the Irish didn't get a hand on that one, man. And it is going to be running into the kicker on the Irish, and it's
personal foul.
It's a personal foul. He didn't signal that, but that is going to be a personal foul from the line of scrimmage. That moves it out to the 32-yard line. That's a huge penalty on the Irish. First down, second penalty on the green and gold gives the Mavericks their third first down of the ball game out to their own 33. With 7:17 to go in our second quarter, North Platte St. Pat's 18, Mavericks 0, but just got a huge penalty. And now kind of have fresh life on offense.
Yeah, I'm not for sure what the confusion is.
Well, and you really, I mean, if you think about it, where that penalty, it was back at the 7 where that penalty actually happened. So you get it all the way out to the 33. That's huge.
Right.
Irish would have been further in Sandhills Valley territory when they took over after that punt. Here's a sweep left side for Starr. Give him great pressure, but eludes that tackle. He'll get through one, but can't get through the second. He'll get back to a loss of 1. Logan Dotson, a tremendous pressure. Brecken Erickson came in and comes up gimpy after that tackle, a loss of 1.
Yeah, I'm sure Logan's a little frustrated with himself that he wasn't able to get him on the ground, but what a great play on his part and allowed his teammates to get up there and finish the deal.
Well, that was a heck of an effort by Starr to get back to the line of scrimmage. 11 carries, 37 yards. Been tough sledding the last few carries for him. Second down and 10, 6:40 to go, second quarter. And for the Mavericks, with that fresh set of downs, they can work a couple more minutes off the clock here. Second and 10 from their own 33. Sweep near side. Now maybe looking to throw his Starr. He sets. Now he's going to set. He'll throw late. He'll toss it up deep. It's going to be incomplete. There is blanketed coverage on number 20, Kyle Kramer, the sophomore. And it falls incomplete. There were 3 defenders out there. Starr just overthrew everybody, which probably was the right decision. And it's going to be third down and long.
The closest guy to the play was James Hyriggs. He got a little taste for it last possession with the interception. He made a good run at that, but it overthrew everybody, and that was the right play by Starr. Just throw it away there.
That'll be third down and 11 back at their own 33. Clock stops at 6:28, second quarter here on our scoreboard. Brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. And Sandhills Valley with a third down and long. He'll go trips near side. That means there's 4 players right there at the line of scrimmage, and Connell in a shotgun set. Irish, if they blitz at all, it'll be 4-on-4. Instead, it's 3-on-4. Back to throw. Connell throwing. Slant pass near side. Caught by Cole Kramer. Hit right away. Right at the line of scrimmage, he'll go down. Just tremendous job by the Irish attacking on 88. In on the stop, Jackson Roberts, Wilmot, Logan Dodson. Right at the line of scrimmage, it'll be fourth down and 10.
Yeah, really good play. They really sniffed that out. They had Kramer in underneath. Big, good athlete. Just wanting to try, I should say, to get him the ball in some space. Just nothing there.
Starr now will punt again. It's kind of been an interesting punt snapping situation for the Mavericks. 1 high, 1 low. This time they're going to snap to an up back, going to run it off the near side. That might be Burnside. What a tackle! Brecken Erickson with a great tackle, and he's going to knock him down for a gain of only 2 yards, and that saved a first down. Burnside had some room to run, but 81 makes a tremendous tackle at the 35, and that's where the Irish will take over.
Yeah, it just seems like, we end up calling Brecken for so many different things, there just showed what a sure tackler in the open field. That's not an easy play to make, a bigger guy on a smaller, quicker guy, but really good tackle.
Irish take over the 35, play action, back to throw. Trushinsky out to the flat, tipped and intercepted. What a play! Jackson Starr down the sideline, 30 to the 20, cuts back at the 15, and he's going to take it all the way. He takes it 45 yards, a pick 6 for Sandhills Valley. There is a flag at the 31-yard line, though, that might bring this back for the Mavericks. It would be an INT, I believe, but they might have had an illegal block on the return. But, boy, that was a nifty play by Jackson Starr. A heck of a reach to go grab that one. As it stands, his first INT of the year.
Yeah, and Sam had Brecken deep, and I think he was trying to get it out there to Will and on the short out, and just didn't get quite enough air under it. And Burnside made a great play breaking on the ball and caught it on the run and was able to take it the distance, but must have been an infraction on the return.
They're going to mark it off from the 32 of Sandhills Valley. It's going to be a holding on the – he signaled it on St. Pat's. Now he's correcting himself. It's going to be on Sandhills Valley. So the Mavericks, turning away North Platte St. Pat's with the first INT thrown of the year by Trushinsky. He's been awfully efficient in that regard. Just underthrew that one and up, but Starr really made the play. I mean, that was really the tremendous play on him. And now it's going to be at the 38-yard line, Sandhills Valley ball with 5:35 to go here in our second quarter. And we're going to have our first timeout taken by either squad. Coach Connell will take it. Take it, too. It's brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. No matter where you're going, Mid-Plains can take you there. With 6 individual campuses, Mid-Plains Community College is your next home. Check them out at mpcc.edu.
Putting your family first.
Are you looking for the right dentist for you and your family? Phelps Family Dentistry has you covered. Dr. Lene Phelps and Dr. Kelly Hansen will make sure your family has the healthiest smile. Whether it's dental cleanings, fillings, same-day crowns, or total smile makeovers. Call our office at 534-4040 or visit us at phelpsdds.com to schedule your family's next dental appointment. And go Irish!
Putting your family first.
Photography wishes the Irish the best of luck this season. Jessica is both contemporary and timeless when illustrating your life. When it comes time to capture your moments, reach out to JBP on Facebook or at JessicaBraithwaitePhotography.com. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley. We are 5:35 to go in the second quarter. St. Pat's 18, Sandhills Valley 0. Mavericks just get the first turnover of the game on their side of the ball and take over at their own 38 here. A first down and 10 after Jackson Starr makes the play of the game for Sandhills Valley. It's a big stop. I mean, if you're Sandhills Valley, you give up a score there. It's maybe 24-0. Now you got a chance to make it 18-6, maybe 18-8 here right before half with 5.5 to work with. Back to I formation. And at your own 38, playbook is wide open for Coach Connell at this point. His son Leighton Connell under center with the I formation and Johnston and Starr behind him. He'll turn, pitch right side. Starr looking for blockers. Cuts up, and he's going down right at 39. Another good tackle by the Irish. They've really flowed well to that outside push. Jackson Roberts in there for North Platte St. Pat. Sam Trushinsky after the gain of 1.
Yeah, and going back to the interception, I was just going to mention, I think Sam had Brecken deep and actually had Will out there shallow and just didn't put quite enough air under it. But, really I think, Tanner, that's the first time I can recall that he's had a ball that's really been kind of put, you might say, in harm's way.
Sure.
He's thrown balls that either the Irish can catch or nobody can catch, and Starr just made a really great individual play on that ball.
Here's a shotgun set for Burnside, rather. Quarterback keeper far side to the 35. He's going to go out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Good flowing out there is Brecken Erickson. 81's been all over the field. Jackson Roberts had some pressure back there. Burnside lining up his shotgun quarterback there. He gets nothing. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, really strung out really well. I mean, that play developed pretty quickly, and Burnside has the good speed and just good job of stringing it out to the sideline.
5'8", 145-pound senior, 32 carries now on the season, averaging a team high 8 yards per carry. You can see why. He's got good speed. Irish has been able to flow him out. Here's Deuces to the near side on 3rd down and 9. Pistol set, man in motion. Back to throw is Connell. Pressure starting to come in the pocket. He'll step up and run. He's got grass to run. 35 to the 30. First down. He'll be tackled at the 26-yard line of St. Pat's by Jackson nicely, but a nice read there by Leighton Connell, who picks up the first down all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And Brecken came out of there limping a little bit. I don't know what he might have done there. He's holding his leg a little bit, but a really nice scramble by Connell. The pocket was really collapsing, and he just smartly stepped up and saw a lot of open field in the middle of the field and took off and made a great gain out of it.
Came in on the year, 24 carries, 32 yards. He has 3 for 21 today. That one a gain of 16 down to the Irish 25-yard line. 4:29, second quarter. Sweep right side, Jackson Starr again. This time to the outside, flushed out, got through that tackle, picks up 2, brought down Sam Scholes, Will Motes, and Jackson Roberts. It'll be 2nd down and 8. As Sandhills Valley, couple big plays, has opened up their offense a little bit here. They pick up 4 first downs in the game. Starr, 13 carries already in this first half for 40 yards. I say workhorse. He has been that.
I had said in the pregame that I thought maybe that they would just give kind of a steady diet of some power run, and Johnson really hasn't had that many carries.
2nd down and 7. You're right. Coy Johnston, 2 carries, 6 yards from the 23 of St. Pat's. 3:48 second quarter. This time they'll give it to Johnston. Hits the wall, and he's pushed back. He might get 1 on the initial charge. There is going to be a late flag that came in as well, though. They threw him back, and a flag came in on the tackle.
I think he's saying a mask. I'm not for sure. The umpire came in and called it.
They had him stood up completely. It was a gain of 1. It is going to be a face mask on North Platte St. Pat's, though. And at the 22 is where the flag stands now. Irish have committed now 3 penalties, couple big ones, including a roughing the punter. And this is going to move it down inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. It'll be a first down and 10, Sandhills Valley.
Yeah, that's tough. That's kind of keeping it alive. The umpire was looking square on at the play. He must just got their hand up around the headgear there.
So, first down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Clock at 3:39, second quarter. Mavericks knocking on the door there in the red zone. High formation for Connell. He'll turn, sweep left side. Caleb Burnside tried to get the outside edge. Irish can't make the first tackle. Second one there. Great pursuit by Jackson Nicely on the far side. Burnside had nowhere to go because somebody came in flying and nearly got him, and then Nicely came in and finished him off.
Matthew Phelps, I think, was the initial surge there.
And that you don't have to necessarily make that tackle, but if you can string that out that far, you're going to have reinforcements pretty quick.
That's right, and he held the play up, took the runner enough longer to get to the perimeter that allowed guys to close.
So second and 15. It's a big loss back at their own badly 16-yard line. 3 minutes, 3 seconds, clock ticking, second quarter. Irish looking like they might be blitzing here. Connell back to throw. They step back, they'll throw over the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted. Boy, Irish had 4 players around Kramer. Jackson Nicely. I think maybe Will Moats were there to try to INT that one, and I think both got a hand on it. It falls incomplete.
I think it might have been Jackson, and
right.
And they came at angles where they really couldn't see each other, I don't think. They both broke on the ball, and kind of unique in that they both got their hands on the ball about simultaneously and kind of jarred it loose from one another.
Connell 1 for 8 for no yards. It's only completion to Kramer. Now we're going to have a timeout by Coach Connell with 2:55 to go in our second quarter. Big third down and 15 from the Irish 17. This timeout brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College.
Convenient access, quality service, community focused. This is Pathology Services of North Platte. When it comes to medical testing, it's important to find a company you can trust. Serving the area for more than 55 years, Pathology Services is your trusted source for quality, accessible, and affordable laboratory testing. You can count on us to get your laboratory test results to you and your doctors as quickly as possible. Pathology Services, the name you know, the results you trust.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have. Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the Sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Back here at Knights of Columbus Field. Been a good one here so far. Third down and 15 for Sandhills Valley at the Irish 17-yard line here. This will be their seventh play of the drive. They've had 3 long drives here. Been the most successful offense against St. Pat's in quite some time. Now a pistol set for Connell with a back behind him. 2 split out to the near side. In Starr and Kramer. Starr comes in motion, goes farther wide. Back to throws. Connell's trying to set up a screen. Pump fakes. He'll roll left. He'll try to run, and he'll get what he can. He'll go out of bounds with a trailing Sam Scholes tackling him. It'll be fourth down and about the same 15. He just had nowhere to go for Kramer on that far sideline. There's great pressure by Matthew Phelps again.
Yeah, Matthew Phelps chased him out of the backfield, and then Sam with the good athleticism getting to the sideline to make that play.
So now fourth down and 15 with 2:49 to go. And if you're Sandhills Valley, they've been working the clock pretty well. That's when he got out of bounds. And now the clock stops, and you start thinking, all right, if St. Pat's gets the ball back, I mean, it's either almost they could get a first down. Going to be pretty close to a touchdown if they can get a first.
I actually thought that at the last break at the timeout. And of course, now it doesn't matter. You can take another timeout. I think that's a wise call by Connell, recognizing what an important down this is for him. But I think it does afford the Irish a chance at least at having a possession, whether this ends up being a scoring play for the Mavericks or a missed opportunity on fourth down. Either way, the Irish are going to get it with enough time to be able to maybe run kind of your regular offense at least for a time.
Take a quick time out. We're back here. 4th and 15 coming up for Sandhills Valley on Husker Radio.
Great teachers know that it's relationships, not programs, that determine the quality of a school. Here at North Platte Catholic Schools, we are blessed with the best. I'm Gwen Covey, Enrollment Director for Little Leprechaun Preschool, McDade Elementary, and St. Pat's High School. Tour our school and let me show you the magic that happens when a faith-based education is paired with incredible teachers. We're proud of our strong academics and athletics, but most importantly, our school community. Join our Irish family and be a part of something special. Call 532-1874.
Timeout brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. No matter where you're going, Mid-Plains can take you there with 6 individual campuses. Mid-Plains Community College is your next home. Check them out at mpcc.edu. About a 4th and 16 from their 17. Back to throw is Connell. He'll look, he'll throw. Ball is tipped. It's going to be incomplete, but there's going to be coverage penalty. Irish reached around Cole Kramer, and they're going to get Will Moats with a pass interference here, and probably the right call. Will just came around a little too quick there on Kramer. It was kind of a jump ball, and unfortunately for St. Pat's is if he catches that and you tackle him there, it's shy of the first down by about a yard.
Yeah.
And that Irish have really hurt themselves with penalties. This will be the 4th penalty, and that's a monster one at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
That's going to move it down to the 8-yard line with 2:41 to go in the second quarter.
Pass interference is the call against the Irish.
Yeah. And it'd
be a first down. And
they've not signaled that. They still have 4th down up.
For a first down, so it's 4th down and
Oh, I guess I had in my head that was an automatic first.
All right, so now it's 4th and 8 at about the 9-yard line. So here we go. Another 4th down situation, much more manageable though. Connell this time will run an option play right side. He'll pitch it out to Starr. Needs to beat a man. He won't. He'll have 2 guys coming out and surrounding him at the 6-yard line. Ushering out of bounds was Brecken Erickson and Will Moats. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for Sandhills Valley with 2:34 to go in the second quarter at the Irish 6-yard line.
That's not enough for
Yeah, I guess there was some confusion there. I had in my head that was a first down play.
So 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line, maybe 7-yard line here for St. Pat's. They have 2:34 to work with, all 3 timeouts. We'll see how aggressive Coach Kevin Dotson wants to be. With I formation behind him, they'll give it right side. Jackson Roberts. Jackson across the 10. He's going to push forward, fight through a tackler. Here he goes! Oh my goodness, what a run! He is taking it to the house again! Jackson Roberts putting on a display. Give him 74 yards and a touchdown!
73 yards, touchdown.
Wow. We have seen JR make some plays, but he has made 2 today. That one he did all himself, fighting through the entire Maverick center of the defense, spinning through tacklers. That's a highlight reel there for number 8.
That's a really frustrating play for Coach Connell, because I think in that situation, they had him virtually stopped, and I'm sure he's going to talk to him about, you got to continue to gang tackle and make sure that you got it wrapped up and that the play's over, because Jackson just kept churning his legs and eventually pulled loose from the pack and took it the distance.
2:21 to go in the second quarter, 24-0. Irish coming out with a different formation for their 2-point conversion. They're going to take a timeout. I don't know if that wasn't quite set up right or what, but they'll take a break here with a 24-0 lead as Jackson Roberts 69 and a 73-yard run.
I think they're going to come back and kick here, Tanner. I think that's what the sideline decided.
157 yards on 9 carries for Jackson Roberts, back-to-back touchdowns. And I was just thinking, as they thought, probably there, you got 2:34 to work with, but you want to see if you can get something on the ground, give yourself a little bit more room, because if you get nothing on first down, nothing on second down, you might want to work some clock and get to halftime. Obviously, Coach pretty confident in Jackson Roberts, who showed off what he's done for 3 years now.
That's right, and I think the Irish just looked at the math here, and you could score 24 points on 3 touchdowns if they just tack one kick here on. It puts them out of reach in that sense.
So they'll try the extra point. They're 0 for 1 on PATs traditionally for Will Moats, who's now 26 of 30. That one, though, was his first miss of the year, true miss, without a bad snap or anything. There was some pressure on that one PAT he missed. We're going to have a flag. Kick is going to be end over end. This one is up and through. There was a flag, and it might be on Sandhills Valley.
I think it looked like somebody went straight over the center.
I thought you're right, although the flag came in awfully quick. I think he was anticipating that was going to happen, and maybe it did happen.
I think just the way he had it covered.
And it's going to be on St. Pat's. So I take that back. All right. They're going to get false start on the Irish.
Yeah, it must have been a flinch up front, but it's not very often that you see somebody come straight in over the center there, and you know, a lot of teams don't kick PATs, so there's not a lot of opportunity for that. But it did appear that maybe somebody came straight over the center. So
Irish going to try a PAT a little longer, 5 yards back. Well, they've been penalty laden in this first half, at their average of 5 penalties already on this in the entire year per game. This one's a little further back for Wilmots. He certainly has the distance to knock this one through. High snap, got down, and it's going to be blocked. Coming through and flying through, and that's going to keep it a 3-possession game. Nice play by Connell. Flying through, and it's going to remain 24-0. North Platte St. Pat's here with 2:21 to go in our second quarter. Timeout. We're back after this. You're listening to high school football on Husker Radio.
Whether you're at the work site or on the trailhead, you need an ATV that goes above and beyond the expected with the power and performance to work harder, technology to make every obstacle easier, and a time-tested promise of quality and dependability. When duty calls, you need the 2022 Honda 4Trax lineup. Available now at Budke Power Sports under the big red roof right off I-80 North Platte. Then you'll learn how life is better on a Honda ATV. For riders 16 years old and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
We've got the power at Budke Power Sports.
Hey, coming up at halftime, presented by the North Platte Catholic Schools Endowment, we'll hear from senior at St. Pat's, Sam Scholl, starting center, starting defensive lineman, as we'll chat with him about what he's doing going on in his senior year. But we still have 2:21 to go in our second quarter. North Platte St. Pat's has put up 4 touchdowns, only have 24 points, though. They have had an extra point no good, a 2-point no good, a 2-point no good, and then a blocked extra point. And that keeps it at a 3-possession game here for Sandhills Valley. Well, now we'll try to do something with no timeouts and 2:21 to work with. Sutton Tickle will tee it up. If you're the Irish boy, this is where you really want one of those touchbacks. Don't give up anything deep on a kickoff return. High end over end kick. It is going to be into the end zone by a yard. And in this situation, Coach, that's such a weapon because that is one of your big play opportunities if you're an opposing team.
Oh, I think it's just so true. I mean, you know, you described Starr on one of the previous kickoffs where he caught it at like the half-yard line and tried to bring it out. Well, you know, he got to the 13 or 14, but that's a risk I think as a coach you're willing to take. You say, I mean, we got a good athlete in an open field. Let's see what he can do. And so you can tell that those Maverick returners, they want a shot at returning the ball.
Well, he's averaging 27 yards per return and has a touchdown this year on kickoff. So obviously a big opportunity there taken away by the touchback. Now we've got a delay here to start this series up. I'm not sure what. Well, now they got it corrected. Here we go. Ball at the far hash. Left to right in radio dial. Mavericks have 2:20 to work with. That did work a second off the clock, even though there was no return. High formation for Connell under center. He will turn, sweep near side. Jackson Starr trying to the outside edge. A little more room. Cross the 15. He'll dice forward to the 19. Fall forward to the 20. Gain of 5, and that's where your Sandhills Valley. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be with 2:10 to go, but you got to get the first play, just like St. Pat's maybe on their last possession. You need something positive on first down.
That's right, and you kind of got to get rolling. But there, I think a real credit to them in that the Irish appeared to have that pretty well strung out, but the Sandhills Valley was just patient and kept bodies on bodies, and eventually were able to work it forward there for a 5-yard gain.
That's been a theme for Starr today. Patience. 15 carries, 47 yards. 2nd and 5 from his own 20-yard line, and they're working the clock here. I think trying to just get this one to half with 1:35 to go. Back to throw, though, is Connell stepping up in the pocket. He'll go down. He's sacked. He'll flip it in the air. It's going to be picked up by Starr, though. Boy, what a athletic, good play by Starr. Heady play to get that at the 15, but that could have been absolute disaster because that could have easily flipped into the hands of St. Pat's. Instead, they're going to mark it back at the line of scrimmage at the 15, and now I think the Irish are going to take a timeout with 1:14 to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, and Connell that time was getting flipped down and flipped that out to Starr, who caught that and held on to the possession.
There was actually an Irish defender in between, but I think it happened so close to him he couldn't get his hands up to do anything. It just Connell was able to just kind of flip it over the top of him to the receiver.
So now 3rd down and 10. Irish use their second timeout. And now if you're on the other side, you're thinking, hey, we got to get a good punt return team. We'd like an opportunity. You know, you could have 2 seconds left, and I think they'd want to get the Irish an opportunity to return a punt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in this kind of a deal, you just want to force them to punt the ball, or that's the goal. And I think it also forces maybe if Sandhills Valley doesn't want to punt the ball away, it forces them to maybe try to be a little bit more aggressive. But I really think with the way that last play went down, that Coach Connell might be satisfied with just running the ball and punting it away rather than risk a big, a potential turnover trying to throw it in this situation.
It's 8:06 Central Time. You're listening to KODY North Platte with Trendsetter K291BW North Platte and 106.1 FM. Next time you're hungry, head to Dave's Place in North Platte for the best homemade pizza and wings. Dine in, carry out, and online ordering available. It's Dave's Place in North Platte. Big 3rd down and 10 with 1:23 to go. Second quarter, sunset. What a beautiful evening in North Platte, by the way. It's been a perfect night for high school football. Sandhills Valley trailing 24-0 here on 3rd down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Burnside will be the quarterback. He'll have a back on each hip. Last time they were in this, he kept it. He will this time to the near side. Burnside running an option play. He's going to get a positive gain, almost a 1st down. We'll see if they mark him. He needed the 25. I think he got the 24. He fell forward, and they're going to mark him right at the 1st down stick. And at this point, I think he's got it.
I think he does have.
Wow, that was a nice run by Burnside at 10 yards.
There, I don't know if you use the chains, they're deeming that he got the line there, and so that's 1st down.
And Burnside back to work. He'll quarterback keep left side, but if we have officials blowing it dead before it got started here.
I'm not for sure.
I'm not sure why, though.
Well, and I'm also not for sure why the referee was still out here clear on the sideline. Normally he's more back behind the backfield. I'm not for sure what the.
They didn't have
they
the
had
sticks.
moved the chains.
And I know those two really well. This would be a great opportunity for me to say something at their expense, but that is not on them for the play to start. I mean, that's the officials to stop that before. I mean, and they did the right thing. They stopped the play before it was going, but they didn't really get much of a chance as Sandhills Valley really had hurried up there with 1:12 to go. Officials still talking this through.
I'm a little puzzled as to what the discussion could be. If they marked it at the 25 or across the 25, it was then obviously a 1st down. It was a touchback at the came out to the 15, so I'm not for sure what the debate could be.
It wasn't crystal clear that it was a 1st down. I mean, it wasn't a definitive 1st down signal like he just gave now. So out to the 25, 1:10 to work with. Burnside in the shotgun set, low snap. He'll have to pick it up off the ground. Matthew Phelps comes from behind, and the senior on senior night knocks him down for a loss of 3.
Yeah,
well,
really
he's been all over the field today.
And Matthew did try to he did try to strip it too. He really chopped down hard with his left arm and tried to pop the ball loose, but Burnside did a good job of taking care of it there.
Burnside, 6 carries, 5 yards. He came in with 29 on the year, averaging 8 yards per carry. 2nd and 13 with 40 seconds now. Irish only have 1 timeout, so they won't be able to stop the clock much. Back to throw is Connell. This time will step up into the pocket, look to run, far side right up the middle. 25, got around 1 to the 30. Connell going to fall forward. He'll have another 1st down. Just kind of scrambling, he'll move the chains out to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13 yards, and now Sandhills Valley will hurry back up again.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait for the sticks to get set, and they'll wind the clock.
28 seconds, clock moving. He will clock it with a spike down for Connell with 26 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Sandhills Valley, they've kind of been on a roller coaster this possession. They've been, let's work the clock, get to halftime, pick up a 1st down. Now you got to hurry up, then maybe work the clock. Now back to hurrying it up again, and they're clocking it with 26 seconds.
Yeah, and the play that Coach Connell called on that 3rd and very long, I think he probably figured that's a safe call and has a chance to be a big gainer for him, and it turned out being a big gainer and kept the drive alive.
2nd and 10, back in the gun now is Connell. Back on each hip, he's back to throw with time. Steps up, Connell now running out of time. Logan Dotson will have a sack. He's trying to strip it before he brings him down. At the 28, he goes down with 17 seconds to go. And there is a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a holding on Sandhills Valley. Irish might just take the sack, though. It would be 3rd down and long after the loss of 7. That time Connell I thought maybe would try to step up and run, and that was a credit to the D tackles not letting him that time like he did just a moment ago. And Irish will actually take the penalty because it's going to be marked at the line where the flag was at the 25. That moves it back to the 15-yard line.
Do the Irish still have 2 timeouts?
They have 1.
Oh, they just have 1. Well, then that makes perfect sense. I thought if they had 2, they could have gotten it to 4th down, but if they just have 1, then it doesn't make any difference.
2nd and 30. And 14 seconds to go. They'll pitch it near side for Starr. Stetton, he's going to throw. He's going deep. He's got a man in Burnside open who catches it at the 44-yard line with 6 seconds to go. Clock, he did not get the first, though, and that's going to run out the first half. He was about a yard shy of the first down, and that will run out the first half of the game. And Sandhills Valley did not have any timeouts left. Officials, well, this is pretty easy. It's a yard shy. Time runs out. That's the end of the first half. And we will go to the first half here. Why? They're stopping the clock with a second. No. The clock.
First down.
It wasn't a first down. The clock has to run out. I've got to imagine Coach Dodson's saying, "What's going on here?" They've got third. Now they're going to run it, and they're going to try to spike it, and that's going to take us to half. That almost has to, and it will. That was not executed properly, though, by any means.
The clock should have never stopped.
And the clock also had 0. They never got it corrected either. Official came over to say how much time was left, and now they might be bringing them back on.
But it's not a first down. The clock should never have stopped.
He is signaling maybe some time. 8 seconds left on the clock. The clock was running out as that play got done. Boy, Coach Dyson has got to get an explanation here.
There's no first down.
There's no first down. The clock
What's going on right now doesn't make any sense at all.
Correct.
There was no first down. There could have never been a clock stoppage.
And also, they spiked it, I think was 2nd down, so it should be 4th now.
It makes no sense.
And Coach Johnson's going to take a timeout because he wants to use
because the clock is out.
Right. Well, and also, when Burnside caught that and went down, there was not 8 seconds left on the clock. There was not even 8 seconds at that point.
Well, and it doesn't even matter.
Right.
The clock never stopped.
But he
wasn't out of bounds.
I'm not sure where the 8 seconds comes from because it was under 8 seconds. There was only less than 15 seconds when that play began.
Right.
And that was a pretty long, it was a nice play ultimately from Starr to Burnside to pick up.
But whatever the case,
29.
The clock could not stop.
Correct. That was not executed at all correctly, and
I'm not for sure why. I guess it's stopped on the spike now,
but you would have to argue that there was at least 9 seconds left with a spike play. You got to run a second off for that. It's 4th and 1 at the 35 now, and they're putting 8 seconds on the clock. So Sandhills Valley can get a first down if you can get out of bounds, and then try to do something, or they might just go for the end zone here. They're going to snap it back. Should have been a false start near side. He's going to go down to the backfield anyways. Irish get a sack, and they'll close out this first half with that. So they'll take an extra sack on the end of the statistics, and that will end. Although I'm not sure the clock should have ran out because I'm not sure that took 8 seconds.
Well, but there was nothing to stop the clock.
That was a turnover on.
It was 4th down. Okay,
yeah.
I'm with you.
And
yes,
maybe,
yes.
If I'm Coach Dotson, I'm saying, did that take 8 seconds? Either way, we have reached half point of this one. Boy, what an interesting end to the first half to this one. 24-0, North Platte St. Pat's with the lead at the halftime break here at North Platte St. Patrick's. Irish again leading 24-0. We'll take a timeout here. Halftime coming up. When we return, we'll hear from St. Pat's senior Sam Scholes on an edition of Irish Intermission. Then we'll come back and get you halftime numbers of this one. Irish 24, Sandhills Valley 0 on Husker Radio.
My grandpa shared with me these words of wisdom: trust and respect are earned. That advice fuels every decision I make, and that's why I respect the reliability of Nebraska's public power electric utilities. They safely generate and deliver low-cost electricity, and I trust that. When the power goes down, their linemen go up because they truly care, and their word matters. And there's nothing more Nebraskan than that.
This message brought to you by your local public power utility and Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
When injury or trouble finds you, what do you look for in a lawyer? How about someone with over 30 years' experience handling civil lawsuits and criminal cases right here in western Nebraska? How about someone who doesn't charge you for every stamp and envelope or bill you for every fraction of an hour spent working on your case? How about someone who will actually talk with you and meet with you about your case? You can have all that by calling me, Marty Trzynski, at 534-4837.
A proven track record of success. It's what you expect, and that's what you get from Lindemeyer Law Office of North Platte. With more than 130 years of combined legal experience, the attorneys at Lindemeyer Law Office have handled it all with personalized and aggressive representation both in and out of the courtroom. Attorneys Robert Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Shantae Durham, and Kent Turnbull are ready. Having the right experience in court is critical. Call Lindemeyer Law Office at 308-534-6740 or visit flatrocklaw.com.
Welcome back on Irish Intermission here. We're talking with St. Pat's senior Sam Scholes. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How's senior year?
Pretty good so far.
Is it harder, easier than you thought? What do you think?
Easier than junior year was, but it's still, with college class, it's still pretty difficult.
What makes junior year the toughest? I mean, I think I know, but go ahead and tell me.
History class.
History class. Is that the Unipac?
I did do the Unipac, but just history class in general.
In general, it is tough, huh? Did you learn something, though?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, and learn study skills and everything.
Very good, very good. That's kind of what I've heard, is it kind of prepares you for college at the next level.
Yeah.
All right. Senior year, let's talk. What are you involved in? Obviously, football. What else are you involved in here at St. Pat's?
I'm just doing football. I might do track, but I'm still not for sure on that.
Very good. Well, let's talk football. Let's talk back to the decision to go to 8-man. How'd you feel about that? I mean, I know that was a tough decision for the team and for the coaches and for the school in general, but how do you feel about it now?
I mean, we weren't very happy about it at first, but now, we're up for the challenge and we like it now.
Do you feel, your position, there's a center, obviously, in every level of football, so how much did it change?
Not very much. Just, more teams run a nose guard than they used to, but that's pretty much the only change.
Do you prefer a nose guard or not?
No, not really. But
not somebody staring you down right across the way?
No.
You ever look at them and talk to them?
No, sometimes, but...
Do they talk to you?
Some of them do. Some of them get mad.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. You guys, if you look at the point differential this year, I can understand why that might be mad at you guys. Got to feel like you got a pretty good team.
Yeah, pretty good.
Expectations are?
Win state, but... you got to work pretty hard to do that.
What would that feeling be like, do you think, walking onto Memorial Stadium?
It'd be something never experienced before.
A lot of work between now and then, obviously, but it is going fast, though. I mean, you guys had the early game, and so you're flying through it. You're like couple games left of the regular season, and then we're in playoffs.
Yeah, it's going by pretty fast.
Try to not blink here. Sam Scholes, a senior here, two-way starter. I imagine a pretty fun year so far, getting it started and getting out. Now we're starting to get a little cooler weather. You like that?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Those 900-degree days aren't real fun. All right. Sam Scholes here with us, again, a senior. You're going to be graduating in May. What do you think you might want to do?
I want to go to Curtis it's a 2-year program and study like animal science or animal management.
What do you want to do with that then?
Then I want to go take over the feed yard.
It's that's kind of nice having that in your back pocket. You got an opportunity to, something to do.
Yeah.
If even if something else comes up, that's always probably going to be there for you.
Yeah.
What do you like about that?
Oh, it just keeps you busy, and it's nice to, when you work on stuff and you do it well, it's just nice to look back on it. And
rewarding.
Yeah, essentially.
Absolutely. I imagine you've been probably working on that feed yard your whole life.
Yeah, I think I started doing stuff when I was 6. Not much, obviously, but just
child labor at 6. Yeah, Dad, you're going to get reported for that. So what do you do? On a Saturday morning, what are you doing?
Oh, we start the morning. We usually move. I go up to a ranch. We just started leasing this year, and I'll go up there, and usually what we'll do is move all our groups around in the morning. Like we do all sectional grazing, and we'll move all those groups around, and then after dinner, whenever we get done with that, we usually go fix fence all day and just kind of tidy things up.
What are they grazing on? Because it's not rained hardly at all.
Oh, there's not much. But
is there green out there?
Yeah, there's some. It's like sub-irrigated right along the river, and that grows a little bit. Not much, but not much now. But usually it'll grow better. But
could have used some more rain this summer, right?
Yeah.
Sam Scholes, well, best of luck with the rest of your senior year, including this football season, and then and moving forward into college. Thanks so much for the time.
All right, yeah, thank you.
We'll have more halftime coming up after this.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Voles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
Do you want to support North Platte Catholic Schools? Shop the Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte, where proceeds go to benefit the North Platte Catholic Schools. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays 10 to 3 and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. And your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday 9 to noon and during open hours Friday and Saturday 10 to 3. Shop the Bargain Bin at 3rd and Walnut to help support North Platte Catholic Schools.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. We are at the halftime break here between North Platte St. Pat's and Sandhills Valley. North Platte St. Pat's leading the Mavericks by a score of 24-0. An interesting end of the first half. That was a wild sequence there. And I went back and listened to the broadcast, and that play ended. First off, give credit to Jackson Starr for connecting with Caleb Burnside on 2nd down and 30. He got 29 yards. But when he was tackled, there were 6 seconds to go. Clock never should have stopped. It was not a first down. Clock has to run out. And if I ticked it off as they were setting the play, clock should have been down to 0. Certainly should not have gone back to 8 seconds, and certainly shouldn't even. I mean, you're suggesting 2 more plays after that with the spike. So. But credit Sandhills Valley taking advantage of the situation. I mean, they nearly got themselves an opportunity to throw the ball to the end zone, and didn't work out there. But, they were just doing exactly what they could. Opportunity was presented in front of them and taking advantage of it, and Jackson Starr came up with the biggest play through the air for the Mavericks of 29 yards. We're at the half, 24-0. Let's read the first half numbers. They're brought to you by Condon Signs. Condon's is North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs creates custom monument signs, spot-on signs, commercial awnings, and much more. They'll also service your existing signs. Quality and knowledge since 1991. Visit them on the corner of 8th and Viner at condonsigns.com. For St. Pat's unofficially, 189 total yards, 172 on the ground, 17 through the air. Jackson Roberts, 9 carries, 157 yards and 2 scores. He has a 69-yard run and a 73-yard touchdown run. Will Motes, 5 carries, 21 yards, 2 carries for Sam Trzynski for a loss of 6. Through the air, Trzynski 1 for 5, completion to Will Motes of 17 yards. He does have an INT. 1 turnover, 7 first downs for the Irish, 5 penalties for 49 yards. That's been a problem. They've really hurt themselves on penalties. Meanwhile, Sandhills Valley, 129. I mean, yard differential's 60 yards right now. 31 carries, 80 yards, 29 passing yards. They have really ran the ball a lot. 31 rushes in the first half. 16 for Jackson Starr. He has 42 yards on the ground. Caleb Burnside, 6 carries for 5 yards. Leighton Connell, 6 carries, 26 yards. He's been effective running the ball. 3 carries for Coy Johnston for 7 yards. Connell through the air, 1 for 9. His only completion went for no yards to Cole Kramer. Does have an INT. Jackson Starr, 1 for 3, 29 yards. That completion to Caleb Burnside. 2 turnovers for Sandhills Valley as Starr also threw an INT. 7 first downs, 4 penalties for the Mavericks for 30 yards. Those are your first half numbers brought to you by Condon Signs of North Platte. Our score, 24-0. North Platte St. Pat's with the lead over the Sandhills Valley Mavericks here at the break. And if you look at the offense, Irish had a short drive to start the game, a 9-play, 32-yard drive after forcing a 3-and-out. Then traded punts. Irish got an interception with Will Moats back at their own 13-yard line. And Jackson Roberts on a 3rd down and 12 from his own 11-yard line went 69 yards for the score. That made it 12-0. Forced an INT at the 4-yard line. James Irish with a tremendous play to catch it. That made a 4-yard run for Will Moats, made it 18-0 then. Irish, both teams would trade possessions. Sandhills Valley had some long possessions, but then the Irish got the ball with 2:34 to go in the second quarter at their own 7-yard line, and Jackson Roberts off the right side took it 73 yards. So it's been really 3 big plays, one of which the INT at the 4-yard line, 2 huge runs by Jackson Roberts in that initial drive that took 9 plays to go 32 yards. In that respect, you could say Sandhills Valley's played a pretty good game. Obviously, you can't deny the 2 huge runs by Jackson Roberts, but the INT, kind of a fluky play that the Irish were able to get at the 4-yard line, and those 2 runs are huge, but Sandhills Valley's really made St. Pat's work for it outside of those 2 big runs, and they have maintained time of possession in this game. They ran significantly more plays in this game. Irish have only ran 21 plays. Sandhills Valley's ran 43 plays in this game, but just has not been able to get into the end zone. They trail again 24-0 here at the halftime break. Take another timeout. We'll come back and take a look at some area scores. Getting ready for the start of the second half between St. Pat's and Sandhills Valley on Husker Radio.
North Platte welcomes Hilton True Wide's newest brand, True Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax on the patio by the fire pit with your favorite beverage from the well-stocked pantry, including wine and beer. Enjoy a state-of-the-art 55-inch television in your room and complimentary hot breakfast buffet. Earn and redeem Hilton's Honor Points. Book your True Guaranteed Best Rate at Hilton.com. The True by Hilton at exit 179 just off I-80 North Platte.
That's an Irish first down. Hi, everybody. Joe from Swift Auto Center of North Platte, reminding you, when you're in the market for your next car, truck, or SUV, give us a look. Gretchen and I will treat you right. We have newer model, lower mile vehicles at prices you'll love. We are Swift Auto Center, 821 East 4th in North Platte, and on the web, swiftautocenter.com. We hope to see you soon, and go Big Green!
This is Joanne Perlinger of Team Perlinger and Jet of Great Plains Realty in North Platte. Give us a call for all of your real estate needs. Whether you are buying or selling, we are here to help you with your next move. Make sure to check us out at teamperlingerandjet.com. As proud supporters of the St. Pat's Irish, we are excited to wish them the best of luck in their 2022-2023 school year activities. Go Irish!
Find your favorite beverages at Quick Stop with fountain machines with flavor fusion shots, alligator ice slushies, 8 varieties to choose from, gourmet 100% Arabica house blend, and exclusive Seattle Buzz coffee. And for real shakes and smoothies. Pick up your Quick Rewards card today and start saving. Members enjoy rollback prices at the pump every Tuesday and Thursday. Quick Stop with the lowest beer prices in town and happy hour twice daily, and we never close. Quick Stop with 27 locations open 24/7.
Welcome back to Knights of Columbus Field here on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. At the half, North Platte St. Pat's leading by a score of 24-0 over Sandhills Valley. Area scores, by the way, Husker Volleyball's over on the Hawk 98.5. They're up 2 sets love on Michigan State, and they're winning in the third 16-11. So they're looking for a 3-0 sweep there. A pretty decent Michigan State team. Got a game of the week over on KX 104. Hershey They are at home against the Mitchell Tigers here today in 11-man action. At the end of the first, that was quite a while ago, it was 21-0. That was the latest score we got from that one. I'll try to get an updated score from that one in favor of the home or visiting team in Mitchell. North Platte High tonight. They are on the road to Kearney, take on a top 5 team in the Kearney Bearcats. Solid team in Kearney that is undefeated. And at last check, I'm not sure what the score of that one was. Haven't seen a score. I'll pass that along. I do know Sutherland, Perkins County, one of interest. Perkins County, who St. Pat's will see in a couple weeks, and Sandhills Valley will see next week. That game is 30-0 Perkins County at the half. Plainsman, I think right now, you look at the district, fighting for that third best spot. These two teams probably right now at least at the top of it. And there's still some games to be played between the two of them to decide that, certainly. But right now on paper, these are the two best teams in the district, both coming in undefeated. But I think Plain's been trying to say we want to get into that conversation and taking care of business right now over Sutherland at the half. Again, here it is North Platte St. Pat's 24. Sandhills Valley 0. We'll take one final timeout. Get you ready for the start of the second half right after this.
This is Trey Wasserman with TD Angus at Richel Ranch. Join us at our annual bull sale on March 17th, 2023 on St. Patty's Day, where we sell 400 Angus bulls. Look us up on Facebook or tdangus.com. Go Irish.
No matter who you are and where you're going, Mid-Plains is here for you. The differences of our campuses make us stronger. Our shared mission propels us forward. You can't define us as one person, one town, one place. We are many, in pursuit of something bigger, together. With 6 individual campuses supporting a vast and determined region. We are Mid-Plains Community College.
Getting ready for the start of the second half here from Knights of Columbus Field. 24-0 North Platte St. Pat's with the lead over Sandhills Valley. Irish will get the ball to start up the second half. Hey, our coverage brought to you in part by Viera Wireless in North Platte. They're your home for cellular and internet and phone needs, providing consistent, clear connections across Nebraska, including rural areas. They're also a provider for our connections tonight to make our broadcast possible. Check them out at 1320 South Cottonwood, North Platte. Here's a pooch kick by Sandhills Valley, picked up at the 24, and off the right side, Sutton Tickle will take it out to the 32-yard line. Good return by the freshman number 5 as the up back. Sandhills Valley not kicking deep to those dangerous Irish returners. And here come the Irish offense from their own 32-yard line, 5 seconds in to our second half. Irish with 189 yards in the first half. Most of them, Coach, 2 plays by Jackson Roberts.
Yeah, just two big plays as the half kind of wore on. It felt like maybe the Irish had worn the Mavericks defense down a little bit, because I'd commented earlier that their tackling was excellent. And then on that last run by Jackson, broke several tackles.
Here's from the 32. It's a fullback dive, and there's Will Moats getting a good push. 6 yards. He has been quiet in the run game today. 6 carries, 28 yards. I say that he has 2 touchdowns. Got 7 there on first down, and that was Sam Trushinsky, who after he hands it off, he's immediately just kind of the bulldozer from behind.
Yeah, and that rule has completely changed, the assisting the runner. The signal used to be pushing from behind, but now the only way it's illegal.
2nd and 3. Here's Will Moats off the right side. Gets it out to the 35. Oh, great tackle in open space. Might have saved the touchdown for the speedy Will Moats. Kramer with the stop at the 35-yard line. But that was looking like it might have gone all the way if he gets by him.
That's the kind of tackle that Will has been able to slip, but a really good play there by Kramer.
To gain 7.
To finish the thought, now the rule is the only thing you can't do is pull the runner forward. You can push from behind, but you can't pull him forward.
So 1st and 10 down to the Sandhills Valley 34, 55 seconds into our second half. This time it's Roberts I formation off the right side. Hits it to 30, 25, slips a tackle down to the 21. And he'll move forward to the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. Big physical run again by Jackson Roberts, who is really getting into this game. He's over 170 yards.
Yeah, and made a really physical play. Looks like Kramer might be a little nicked up here. He's kind of favoring his shoulder, might have gotten a stinger or something.
That takes it down to the Sandhills Valley 19-yard line after the 14-yard run. 10 carries, 171 yards for Jackson Roberts, who has 4 straight 100-yard games. Here's a keeper. No, it's a Moats again. And will take it down to the 17, maybe 16-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
I think the coaches felt like that the give on Veer could be pretty successful for him. And of course, as the game has progressed and Jackson's had the big runs on the perimeter, I think that opens that up a little bit more.
2nd and 7 after the gain of 3 from the 16. Back to throw is Straczynski. Steps, throws. He's going end zone. It's going to be Brecken Erickson coming up with it. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown through the air. Sam Straczynski gets his 3rd passing touchdown. This one to Brecken Erickson, his 2nd catch of the year in the end zone.
Really a good throw there by Sam as he just let Brecken use his size and physicality to go up against the Mavericks defender there. The Mavs defender was not in too bad a position, but it kind of became a little bit of a battle for the ball, and Brecken was just a little bit bigger there.
Irish are going for 2 here, straight up I formation. They've not been successful on 2-point conversions yet. They run it to Moats off the left side. Nowhere going. That had no chance for Will, and boy, Sandhills Valley has won that part of the game all 5 times. The scoreboard, though, 30-0. North Platte St. Pat's, 10-17 to go, 3rd quarter. Timeout. We're back to high school football on Husker Radio after this.
Hosting a get-together, event, or party? Use Occasions in North Platte, the area's event venue for gatherings of up to 55 people inside with a beautiful outdoor patio as well. Occasions is where you want your event held. Call Allison at 534-2533 or Mike at 227-2602 to book today. Parking your RV, boat, jet ski, or camper? Park it at MDN LLC Storage. Conveniently located at North Lake Road, MDN LLC Storage is safe and secure with gated pin-pad entry and security cameras monitoring 24/7. Call Faith at 532-1332 or Mike at 227-2602 to get your spot.
Lincoln County's outstanding news alternative is the North Platte Bulletin. For 17 years, the Bulletin has informed you of breaking news, courts, entertainment, state news, and sports from Lincoln County area, courtesy of an experienced staff that delivers unbiased and honest news coverage. Pick up a copy of the Bulletin in Lincoln County and surrounding towns. Subscribe or check out northplattebulletin.com. Annual subscriptions come at an affordable price. The Bulletin, your homegrown, hometown newspaper.
Hey, if you're ready to build, Lee Davies Architecture can take you from design to done, including permits, bidding, and construction. A full-service commercial architecture firm with consulting engineers. Lee Davies has 25 years in the industry. Call today to start building 530-9138. And building a repertoire of touchbacks is Sutton Tickle. Another one there takes it out to the 15 for the Mavericks, who get their first possession of the second half. 129 yards of offense in that first half, Coach. The yard differential was only 60 in that first half between the two teams. Sandhills Valley had some offense, a lot of it coming on that last play of 29 yards right before the end of that wild first half.
Yeah, and then I don't know what you had Connell for. He had a couple of long scrambles, and that added to that total, and so they were able to put together some big plays. The difficulty was just consistency.
6 carries, 26 yards for Connell. Here he takes over on the left hash. 1st and 10 from his own 15, an option play. He's going to look to keep it himself. He'll slip through a couple tackles, come to the far side, and he'll get 4 yards. Boy, Irish have not, at times, done a real good job at tackling. That one gets 4 when it looked like dead in the water, a loss of 4.
It really got cut off to the play side, and Connell planted and went back to the weak side and just found a little seam there and was able to work his way upfield.
Be 2nd down and 6. Connell came in again, 24 carries, 32 yards. He has 30 yards in this game. 2nd and 6, pitch near side for Jackson Starr. Has a little seam. He's up to 34, maybe right to the 35. That's the first down marker. And we'll see if they're going to, 25 I should say. They're going to maybe make him a half yard shy for a gain of 4.
Yeah, so the near side official just marked him just short of the yard line. And you would think maybe this would be an opportunity for Johnson. He's not really gotten loose, but he has been able to pile forward for some really physical gains.
It'll be 3rd down and 1. Johnston quietly used. 3 carries, 70 yards today for the Mavericks fullback. We'll see if he gets a tote here on 3rd and a half a yard from their own 24-yard line. 9:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. St. Pat's 30, Sandhills Valley 0. It's quarterback keeper for Connell, and I think he'll have the push. He got pushed back, but he had just enough. I mean, he didn't need much. Half a yard, he'll get it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good surge, and he just got right in behind his center and got the ball out there. Took a pretty good hit afterwards, but he'd already surged the ball ahead for the first down. Gives him a new set of downs.
31 yards now for Connell on the ground. First down for Sandhills Valley. Irish a little late coming up to the play. They're way out of sync here. They're still going to make the tackle as Brecken Erickson set Englers bring down Jackson Starr up the middle for a gain of 1. Hasn't seen 24 move right up the middle much here in this game. that one got one. Irish were not ready for that play.
Pretty good job to scramble to make the play. The Mavericks had kind of caught him off guard. Good play there, really, by three of the four front guys in Engler and Scholes and Erickson.
Starr, 18 carries already. We're 2nd and 9 from their own 27. Back to throw. Hit as he throws it incomplete. Taking a shot from Sam Trushinsky is Connell, and it's going to be incomplete. He got rid of that just in time. It'll set up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot there, and fortunate that the ball got out of there when it did. Connell did a good job of getting the ball out of there just prior. Otherwise, it probably, if you have your arm cocked and you take a hit like that, it's pretty hard to hang on to.
I will say I'm impressed with Connell's toughness because he has taken some hits today.
Oh, yeah, and he hasn't given up on plays. His poise is pretty good back there, and the pocket has collapsed on him several times, and he's done a good job of keeping it alive.
3rd and 9, back to throw. This time has some time. Flushed out left side. He'll step throw. Look for Kramer, incomplete. Just over the head of Cole Kramer. Didn't have a chance on that one. It'll be 4th and 9 and a Maverick punt. Pretty good coverage by Will Moats. 8:46 third quarter. St. Pat's 30-0. Going to get the ball back.
And the big play was made there on 1st down when they stopped the power run game for a short gain and put him in a little more difficult down and distance situation. The previous set of downs, I think Connell had scrambled for 4 or 5 on the down and made it a little easier.
Start a punt. This time has time. He'll angle one far side. This won't be catchable. It'll go out of bounds over Coach Optenkamp's head. And they're really angling away from Will Moats and Jackson Roberts, who haven't gotten a great chance. They've had one return. But it was took a long time trying to set up the wall. And they're going to mark this about 35-yard line of St. Pat's. That's where they'll take over. 8:38 to go here in our 3rd quarter. And North Platte St. Pat's up 30-0, looking for more here. Trying to remain undefeated, trying to get to 6-0 on the year to start their season. They'll go to Maxwell next week. Sandhills Valley, they'll be at home against Perkins County next Friday night. Here's that diamond formation. Jackson Roberts is the quarterback. Got a back on his left and right side. He'll run a keeper near side. Roberts trying to pick his way. Gets a good block on the outside to the 40. He'll take it down to the sideline to the 35. A flag comes in late on presuming a block. But I saw Luke Ekdahl with a really nice block.
Several good blocks. I don't know if they deemed one of those blocks to be a block in the back.
We got a hold. And it's right behind the line of scrimmage. That was a nice run and a really good job of blocking on this near side. It took time to develop, really. It didn't look like initially it was going to be anything, and then all of a sudden opened up for a 10-yard gain, but a penalty will bring it back 10 yards.
Yeah, and Jackson did a good job of being patient. We've seen Jackson Starr do a good job of that, just kind of waiting for a seam to open. Got a couple kick-out blocks and a seal block back inside. One of those turned out it was a hold, so it takes it back.
6th penalty, 59 yards, 2nd most of the year. Most was against Cambridge here at home in week 2. First down and 20 now, back at the 25. Same formation, it's Roberts. They'll run him off the right side this time. Pressure the backer, gets through that to the 30. Roberts down the sideline, puts on the Jets. There he goes! 30, 20, 15, 10-5, touchdown. Jackson Roberts with his 3rd long run of the ball game. All for touchdowns. And North Platte St. Pat's put 6 on the board with 8:21 to go in the 3rd.
Really well blocked. There was one play in the backfield there. They had a chance to just somebody had a hold of his jersey, but once he pulled loose from that, it was all just speed.
55-yard touchdown run. He goes over 200 yards for the first time this year and the 4th time in his career. And boy, his last 3 of his last 4 carries have been touchdown runs of 55 yards or more.
Yeah, see if the Irish can protect here on
now, this has been a whirlwind. Extra point attempt by Will Moats. 1 blocked, 1 missed. 2 points have all been bad, and we got another flag. And boy, this is going to drive special teams coach Brad Braithwaite crazy. He takes great pride in this part, and for good reason. But another penalty, season high 7th of the year for St. Pat's. And
I think the perimeter guy there on the far side for the Mavericks kind of deked the offensive man and got him to jump. The Maverick player did not get into the neutral zone, but kind of jabbed at the line of scrimmage and got one of those Irish front guys to flinch.
Now Moats 5 yards back will try the extra point again. This time, good snap, good hold. Pressure coming, though. It's blocked again by Connell. And this is something certainly Irish going to have to work on, no doubt about that, as they have not made an extra point in this game. They lead 36-0, though, with 8:21 to go in our third quarter. Take a break. Back after this on Husker Radio.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
That timeout brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. No matter where you're going, Mid-Plains can take you there with 6 individual campuses. Mid-Plains Community College is your next home. Check them out at mpcc.edu. Jackson Roberts, 11 carries, 226 yards. If you're wondering, his career high is 263 against Hershey as a freshman. Sutton Tickle, and it should be a running clock with that touchdown as well. Tickle's kickoff a little shorter this time. Going to be real. No, that's going to be carry into the end zone again. It was dropped anyways. And a touchback here for Sutton Tickle again with 8:21 to go in our third quarter. St. Pat's with a 36-0 lead here. Right now pretty convincing, and leaving it to the workhorse Roberts to put up one of his highest totals of his career.
Yeah, and they just came back. They ran him one way and got it called back on the hold, and then ran it the other way with great success.
Connell to Starr off the left side, not much, maybe one or two. Starr is just, well, he's going to be tore after the end of this one. He has 19 carries in this game. Been tough sledding, 49 yards for Starr. His season high was 24 against Mullen earlier this year. That's a career high as well, inching closer and closer to that. Second out and 8 after a gain of 2. 7:58 third quarter. Leighton Connell with Johnston in the fullback. Starr that eat back. High formation, 2nd and 8. They'll sweep near side. Starr cuts back across the grain, picks up a couple, knocked down at the 19. Stop on the play by Matthew Phelps for North Platte St. Pat's. It'll be another gain of 2, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, good pursuit out there, and they've run a lot of that. They've run a lot of that toss sweep to him and strung it out, and he's made some decent gains on that. But for the most part, the Irish have done an admirable job of stringing that out and getting pursuit.
Our scoreboard brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Learn more at nppd.com. It reads 7:15 third quarter. St. Pat's 36, Sandhills Valley 0. Here's a 3rd and 6 from their own 19-yard line. Mavericks, by the way, 31 rushes in that first half. Here they go again, back to throw. That was a misdirection. Oh, and he's sandwiched in the backfield. Boy, that one did not look right from the get-go, and the defensive ends met him. Matthew Phelps and Brecken Erickson knock him back at the 14-yard line. It's a big loss, and Connell was left high and dry there, about 10 yards back.
Yeah, and Matthew kind of got there first, and Connell turned away from him to try to go the other way, and Brecken Erickson was just right there.
Erickson, by the way, came in with 13.5 tackles for loss. He is just averaging about 3 a game, and that gives him over 6 sacks. Here's a punt by Starr. High punt. This is returnable. Going to be caught by Will Motes at his own 37. Bobbled a bit. He'll get it. He'll hand it off to Jackson Roberts right side. He has to cut across the grain. Gets it up to the 40. Roberts slips down at the 39. That play didn't start great on the bobbled catch, and then Sandhills Valley had good coverage down there to really force him in. Couldn't get around that outside wall. And Irish will take over at the Sandhills Valley 39-yard line.
One of those gunner defenders for Sandhills Valley did a great job. He got kind of behind the mesh point of the exchange and recognized that either way, I'm going to keep the ball from going this way, and made Jackson really have to make a move immediately after he got the ball and disrupted the timing of all of that. Didn't allow Jackson to get to the wall, so good play on his part.
So Irish take over running clock, 5:40 to play, third quarter, up 36-0 here at the Maverick 39-yard line. 1st and 10, diamond formation again for Roberts. He'll receive a slow snap, pick it up off the ground, run near side, has blockers to the outside, blockers to the 30, to the 25. Late flag going to come in, going to take this one back. He'll take it all the way down to the 1-yard line, but they're going to throw another flag, and this will be a season high in penalties for the Irish. They have just, have been thrown out all over the place. This one at the 27, going to be a block in the back.
Block in the back is the call against the Irish.
And so that will take away what would have been a 38-yard run to the 1-yard line for Roberts. Would have put him near his career high. Instead, it'll be a penalty from the 28-yard line, and that'll be about first and 9 after all that's said and done.
Yeah, so that's a tough penalty there. Takes away a really nice run and what appeared to be first glance a well executed play, but evidently somebody got on the wrong side of one of the defenders there trying to make a block.
He does get that 1 yard though, credited to him. It's now first and 9. Back to I formation. Will Moats, right side, dives forward. Nice aim, nice tackle, though. Good sure hands by Coy Johnston. A gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Nicely, he's in the backfield there after Jackson had a couple of longer runs, give him a little break.
So it'll be second down, and we'll call it a long 5 just inside the 35-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. St. Pat's leading Sandhills Valley 36-0. Irish trying to get to 6-0 on the year. Back to the I formation, hard count. Valley Mavericks jump. Now we're going to blow it dead. It was going to be a boot play for Trushinsky, but we'll have a couple officials throwing the flag.
Yeah.
And
I didn't see any movement on the offensive side, but it didn't happen right away. I don't know if they didn't think they'd gotten into the.
They're going to get an infraction on Sandhills Valley.
Right. They didn't call it right away. I wasn't positive that they got into the neutral zone, but came in kind of later.
So it'll be second down and 1 now at the Maverick 29-yard line. Clock at 4:44 here in our third quarter.
Second down and 1 yard to go.
And Jackson Nicely, you mentioned him in the backfield. Good to see him back out there. That shoulder injury, he missed a couple games. Injured it at Highline, and he won't get a carry here. It'll be a quarterback boot shot right side for Trushinsky. He'll pick up the first down, slips through another tackler. He'll take it down to the 20-yard line. It's a good run by Trushinsky. His best of the game. Came in with negative yardage up to that point. He got 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, he got a good run out of it, and actually it looked like Sandhills Valley had that kind of sniffed out. They were clear across. He had to cut it up. That play, he's led by a lineman. The lineman was out in front and had a block on one of the defenders, but another defender stepped right in and forced him to cut it up early, and then he broke a tackle or two and had a good physical finish as well at the end.
Took it down to the 20, under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. St. Pat's up 36-0, and they move down to the 20-yard line. Nicely dots the I here. They'll give it fullback Moats, picking his way. Will to the outside edge, down to the 15. He'll burl forward. For a gain of 9. Burl, there's a new one. I don't think that's a word. Kramer on the stop.
I think that was just fine. It looked like that's what happened to me, too. Kramer there on the stop, and so it's good to see him back out there. I think probably the way he was kind of holding his arm when he came off earlier, maybe just got a little bit of a stinger in his shoulder.
Hey, you certainly want this team to be healthy. This is one of those teams that if you're a St. Pat's fan, you want them winning out. I mean, you'd like to have a Division I team on your schedule, and that's points. And I think they got a pretty good chance of that. They do finish the season with a monster game against Arapahoe in non-district play. Here's an option pitch outside to Nicely to the 10. Jackson to the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Sam Trushinsky getting tackled as he pitched that. A little dangerous, but Nicely able to take it in for a score from 11 yards out. He comes up a little slow. He'll limp off, but he got a touchdown run. Jackson Nicely gets his third rushing touchdown of the year.
Dragging a leg like he pulled a hamstring. I don't know. Or he maybe hasn't been doing that much. I don't know. Or maybe he's got a leg cramp. But on that play, Dan, that was pretty close to being a forward pass. It was behind the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't matter either way. But it would have been interesting if it was kind of a dangerous play unless it was forward. And then, of course, it would have just been incomplete.
Right. 3:08 to go in the third, and now an extra point attempt. This one down. Pressure again, but Moats gets it up and over. And, hey, there's a 2-point or extra point for North Platte St. Pat's, their first of the day. That'll make it 43-0. North Platte St. Pat's with 3:08 to go in our third quarter. Timeout. We're back tonight to Columbus after this.
Putting your family first. At Phelps Family Dentistry, we always go the extra mile for our patients. Whether it's helping them conquer their dental anxiety or helping them achieve the smile they've always dreamed of, our team strives to make sure every patient feels like family. Call 534-4040 to schedule your appointment or visit us on the web at phelpsdds.com. We would like to also wish St. Pat's Irish good luck this sports season.
Putting your family first.
Just like the athletes on the field, quarter track, your heating and cooling units work hard, and service on them is sometimes needed when the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down. Call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte for service or a new unit altogether. That's Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte, 534-5848. St. Pat's leading here, Sandhills Valley 43-0 on an 11-yard touchdown run by Jackson Nicely, his first carry of the day, third rushing touchdown for him this year, and Tickle back out for an extra point. Good to see Nicely back into the fold. He's a guy, I know they're obviously a defensive starter, and they really like what he can do. He had a long touchdown run a couple weeks ago on this field, and really one of his first big varsity plays of his career.
Another real speed guy, and he showed it there. He really outran the defender to the cone.
Here's a lower kick that angles near side by Tickle. It's going to be scooped up at the 12-yard line and out to the 15. Knocked down there is the return man out to the 16-yard line. There we go. Good hit by the Irish special teams guys. Bringing him down on that return for Sandhills Valley. Number 11, that's Isaac Goosey, 5'10 sophomore.
I think it was Will and Brecken on the tackle, it looked like.
So the Mavericks take over with 2:47 to go here in our third quarter. Running clock as they'll take over at their own 17, 1st and 10. Mavericks, couple punts in this third quarter and one first down. Under center is Connell. He'll turn, sweep left side. That is, I believe, B.J. Goforth with the first carry of the game for him, and he'll just get beyond the reach of Logan Dodson, who was trying to track him down, and Goforth able to pick up a couple as he dove forward. A 5'10", 190-pound sophomore could be the future running back for the Mavericks. Got 2.
Yeah, and I think Coach Connell would probably like to run the ball here some. I mean, they were very deliberate about kind of trying to shorten the game early on, and now that it's gotten to this point, I'm sure he'd just like to make sure they stay healthy. They're looking forward. They've had a tremendous year to this point and look to have a lot more success coming up.
And there's Connell going down. Logan Dodson's going to get a sack back at the 16-yard line. Looked like it might be an option and then maybe a pass scenario as he kind of held up, but maybe he was just recognizing that the option wasn't going to work. That loses 4 back at the 15.
Yeah, and you said it a couple times, but he's really shown tremendous toughness. He's taken some real hits and really been under fire and overall done really an admirable job.
Jackson Starr is on the sideline, as is now Coy Johnston. Those both have come out. Starr's got his helmet off, so his day may be finished here. And obviously you want to stay healthy at this point for Sandhills Valley. Here's a 3rd down and 12 back at their own 15. They'll pitch near side, and Burnside gets hit, slips through that tackle. He'll fall forward to the 21-yard line. Burnside's slippery. There's no doubt about that. He got about 7. It'll set up 4th down, and we'll call it 7 yards for the Mavericks.
Yeah, really a good hit there by Sam. Wasn't able to bring him down, but really put a good firm hit on him. I would imagine we might see some second unit guys here coming in on this next offensive possession.
Moats and Roberts back to receive the punt. I assume it's Starr came back in. This will be an angle punt far side, again out of bounds. Well, it'll bounce out of bounds, it should say, with 25 seconds here in our third quarter. North Platte St. Pat's with the lead here, 43-0. And we'll get the ball back at their own 27-yard line here, and they're running the clock. I thought it stopped in between possessions, but is that right?
I don't know.
I can't remember the adage.
We need the acronym
right.
from
well, we're going to get
Bauer. We'll bait him into texting it to me.
We're going to end the third quarter with that. 43-0. North Platte St. Pat's with the lead. Our fourth quarter coming up from Knights at Columbus Field after this.
Convenient access, quality service, community focused. This is Pathology Services of North Platte, providing medical testing that is easy, convenient, and efficient. With 2 convenient locations in the Westfield Shopping Center and in the Health Pavilion, Pathology Services is available for all your testing needs. You can count on us to get your laboratory test results to you and your doctors as quickly as possible. Pathology Services, the name you know, the results you trust.
Are you tired of fixing that old fallen down fence? Or maybe you're just ready to replace the one you have. Lazy TS Custom Fencing in North Platte is here to help. I'm Travis Cooley, the owner of Lazy TS Custom Fencing, and I specialize in all fencing needs, from barbed wire in the Sandhills to the backyard fence in town. I also offer tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Call today for a free estimate, 308-539-9579. Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte.
Start of the fourth quarter from Knights of Columbus Field coming up here on Husker Radio. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley, North Platte St. Pat's leading Sandhills Valley 43-0. We'll have a running clock for the rest of this one here as the Irish in control of this one, 43-0. Spit, score, penalty, injury, timeout. That's what it stops with the running clock. All right, so we're good. I guess that was it should run off. It seems like change of possession would be the time to stop it, but all right. So 1st and 10, Irish from their own 27-yard line. Sutton Tickle comes out here. He's got James Hyrigs and I think Jackson Nicely that eat back here for the green and gold. Second unit out there from their own 27. This time they'll give it left side for Nicely. Jackson trying to break it back to the outside. He'll get spun backwards and then go down. Nice play on that far side by Braden Powell, the junior. Good to see him back out there. He was on the sidelines getting looked at one point, and now we've got an injury. That's the last thing the Irish have won. They've had, seems like about one a game, and it's Jackson Nicely who just got back into the fold after an injury.
He did hobble off after the touchdown run, so I don't know if it's still a leg thing or if this is something different.
And we will take an injury timeout here at Knights of Columbus. 11:36 to go in our fourth quarter. We're back after this on Husker Radio.
Academics, athletics, band, music, speech, drama, art, quiz bowl, skills USA, cheer, dance. The North Platte Catholic Schools are thrilled to offer something special for every student. I'm Brad Braithwaite.
And I'm Maddie Krebs, and we are the activities directors for St. Pat's High School. The fall sports season is the perfect time to say hello and thank you to our sponsors, fans, parents, and athletes. We are grateful for everyone who supports the Irish on the field, the court, and in the classroom.
Stay up to date this season by checking the calendar on Sycamore and the North Platte Catholic Schools Facebook page. Go Irish.
Whether you're at the work site or on the trailhead, you need an ATV that goes above and beyond the expected with the power and performance to work harder, technology to make every obstacle easier, and a time-tested promise of quality and dependability. When duty calls, you need the 2022 Honda 4Trax lineup. Available now at Budke Power Sports under the big red roof right off I-80 North Platte. Then you'll learn how life is better on a Honda ATV. For riders 16 years old and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
We've got the power.
A familiar sight, unfortunately, here for St. Pat's fans. Another injury down here, this time for the Irish. Of course, last week had Kai Brown, who had a broken ankle in the game against Sutherland. And now for St. Pat's, Jackson Nicely down getting attended to on that far side. Irish, of course, lost Josh Davies earlier in the year. He's in a brace, had surgery. I believe Kai Brown set to have surgery, I believe, maybe next week. And so it's Irish have had some tough injuries here this season, even more than I can remember.
It does seem like it, and you know, with one like Josh's, that's obvious season ender, and Kai's also, that, you know, you have guys that get nicked up in the course of a season. It's a physical game and so on, but to lose guys for the season is a little bit different thing.
So nicely getting attended to here by the staff. We have 11:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Irish here leading again 43-0, and now they've got him sat up at least. Jackson mentioned he had a shoulder injury that happened just before half at Highline. He missed the last couple games, but Coach said he was cleared and ready to go, and he was ready to throw him right back into the starting spot on defense. So I think they felt pretty good about it. And really, really athletic young man.
And I don't know, maybe he got landed on. You know, you hope it's not that shoulder that he'd had a problem with.
Looks like
he got
he's
landed on.
Favoring one of his feet here. So he gets carried off, gets helped off. And
after the touchdown, it looked like maybe he was kind of dragging his left leg. I couldn't tell if he had it, like if it had tightened up like with a cramp or something like that. Couldn't really tell. But then when he was back out there, I thought, well, that must not have amounted to too much, but maybe he was already nicked up.
5'11", 170-pound sophomore, really good athlete. That ended up losing 3 yards. That play didn't go anywhere for the Irish. And now you have, I think, Gale and Hyrigs in the backfield for Sutton Tiquan, 2nd and 13 from their own 23-yard line. Handoff right side. It's Hyrigs, and he'll get a good carry out to the 29-yard line. Boy, it looked like he almost could break that one all the way. He was able to pick up about 5 yards, sets up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, that was a good run and pretty well blocked, just a pretty good surge.
Hyrigs had a touchdown last week against Sutherland late into the night. This one going to get over much sooner. Be in the 9 o'clock hour, and this one, which is right on schedule. Last week we were 9 o'clock, 4 minutes into the game, and only not even halfway into our delay. There's 3rd down and 8 from their own 28. Tickle, the freshman, has him. He'll set. He'll quarterback boot far side, getting chased, trying to get to the outside edge. He'll just try to dive back to the original line of scrimmage. That's where he'll go down. It'll be a 3-and-out for the Irish second group here.
Yeah, that was Isaac Irish was in there at fullback along with James Hyrigs at tailback that time.
Irish will punt to Jackson Starr, who goes back deep. Brecken Erickson will punt for the 2nd time today. He had 2 punts all year.
Starr back to receive the punt from Erickson.
He's got a strong leg, and I think that's something that'll certainly come into play at points during the year.
You hope it doesn't, but it most certainly will at some point, and it has today. Here's 4th down and 10. Good snap. Has time, gets a good high boot. Spiraling kick is a nice punt. And that's going to be bounce and take a maverick bounce, go backwards out to the 14. That's where the Irish will down it with Thomas Gale. That's a good punt by Brecken Erickson there as he down it at the 14. That's about a 40-yard punt, his best of the year.
It was, and he put some air under it. Those, that makes a lot of difference. The yardage doesn't help you a lot if it's a low liner and returnable, but when you hang one up and your coverage is able to get down there, then you have all that as net.
Jessica Braithwaite Photography wishes the Irish the best of luck this season. She is both contemporary and timeless when illustrating your life. When it comes time to capture your moments, reach out to JBP on Facebook or at JessicaBraithwaitePhotography.com. Clock it running now at 9:25 and clicking here in our 4th quarter. Maverick offense back out there, working right to left on the radio dial from their own 14-yard line. I formation, Connell. Pitch near side. I think that's Burnside. Cuts back across the grain, and he'll push forward to the 20-yard line, fall forward to the 21. Good gain of 6 by the senior Caleb Burnside. The Irish have some
real quickness.
Secondary guys out there here, and they shuffle more in on the second play.
That's right. So they're just trying to get some other guys out. Some of those guys have been rotating. Sutton Tickle's out there at corner along with James Hyrigs, who had played a lot of corner, especially in the absence of Jackson Nicely.
He started the last 2 games. 2nd down and 4 from their own 21-yard line. 8:39 to go in this game. This group, some of these guys, the younger guys, the second teamers, played almost more varsity than the starters. Here's a fullback run near side, and that's going to go out to the 25. Should be a 1st down run of 4 yards for the Mavericks. That's Jackson Starr, who took over fullback duties there. Starr, his 21st carry of the game. 56 yards on the ground and a 1st down Mavericks.
Ben Melton in at tackle now along with Isaac Irish at linebacker.
Move that out to the 26 with 8:10 to go. 43-0 North Platte St. Pat's. Pitching a shutout here against the Mavericks, who average 47 a game. From their own 26, quick pitch right side, Burnside trying to get to that outside edge. Cuts back in the middle, gets up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 coming up. Mavericks will be back at home against Perkins County next Friday. They'll go to Sutherland. And I mentioned their non-district game to end the year is against Arapahoe. That's a tough draw at the end of the – interesting game at the end of the year, too. Arapahoe having a good year.
They are having a solid year. I'll be interested to see how their game – I think they maybe play Cambridge tonight. Does that sound right? I think maybe that's a matchup tonight. Tyler Townsend just came in at defensive end as well.
2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Maverick offense. Clock at 7:20 to go. I formation. Connell from his own 29. Back to throw. Connell looking. He'll set throw. Ball's tipped. It's still going to be caught. Or no! I think it's on the ground. They're going to call it incomplete at the 39. It was tipped by Gale and tipped into the waiting hands of, I think, Braden Powell, and it looked like he was going to catch it, and then he looked like he trapped it on the ground incomplete.
I think he had it for a moment, and then it slipped out of his – when he rolled over to his back, the ball slipped out one more time. He'd had a chance or two to corral it, got hit in there a couple times, and nearly made a kind of a circus catch out of it.
Here's 3rd and 6 from their own 29, 6:40 to go. Pitch near side. It's Burnside angling for the edge. Really nice tackle on the near side at the 32-yard line. Sutton Tickle coming up and making a really good read and tackle on Burnside after a gain of only about 2 yards. That's a nice play.
That is a nice play by Sutton. He's got really good instincts and really good physicality as well.
So it'll be 4th down and a long 3 here. Highline, by the way, going to pick up a win over Southern Valley. It's good if you're an Irish fan. 40-18 late in the 4th quarter there. You want them winning power points by the end of the year. Irish number 2 in D1 power points right now. So a handful of teams left undefeated. Here's 4th down and 4. Hard count. Irish don't know across, though. Now Connell comes up under center, might try to sneak it. Now Coach Connell will take a timeout with 5:54 to go here in this game. St. Pat's leading 43-0. We'll take another break from Knights of Columbus Field.
My grandpa shared with me these words of wisdom: trust and respect are earned. That advice fuels every decision I make, and that's why I respect the reliability of Nebraska's public power electric utilities. They safely generate and deliver low-cost electricity, and I trust that. When the power goes down, their linemen go up because they truly care, and their word matters, and there's nothing more Nebraskan than that.
This message brought to you by your local public power utility and Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
HG Management's ready to put their half a century of experience to work for you, whether it's farm and ranch management, ag appraisals, or ag real estate sales. See Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper at HG Management in North Platte. We're back here at the Knights of Columbus Field. 4th down and 4 coming up for the Sandhills Valley Maverick offense, trailing 43-0, 5:52 to go. And Maverick offense will go to work on 4th and 4 from their own 32. Under center, I formation. They'll fake it and they'll run it to the fullback. He drops it. There's a flag that blows this one dead, though, before any of that happened. That one wasn't going to go well, so the flag might save him. And it's going to be a false start to make it 4th and 9. And the clock will stop with that.
Penalty.
That is the P on spit, if you're wondering the acronym spit. Score, penalty, injury, timeout. 4th down and 9. There was several ready to jump and correct us on that, weren't there?
That's right.
I got a couple texts as well. James Hyrig's going back now. Now he won't. Burton Jackson Star now will punt after that penalty. This one could have been returnable. Irish didn't have anybody back, though. It's going to take side bounce and be down at the 20-yard line. That's where St. Pat's will take over with 5:32 to go and running here in our 4th quarter as they look to get a convincing win here. It wasn't always the prettiest. A lot of penalties in this one. Had, some broken plays a little bit defensively. I didn't think tackled perfectly here for the Irish. They missed some tackles. Credit Sandhills Valley, only run hard. But overall, Irish kind of relied on the workhorse Jackson Roberts to do his job, and he went 12 carries, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns today.
Yeah, I think as the game progressed, I think the defense maybe for Sandhills Valley wore down a little bit, because I thought early when they were fresh their tackling was outstanding, but just as it went along, it seemed like there were a few more broken tackles.
So the Irish go to work at their own 21-yard line here with a second group that went 3 and out last time. They'll pitch it left side for Mason Giebler, freshman's first carry of the game, and he'll take it out for a gain of maybe 2 yards off the left side. Mason's been a workhorse, already 28 carries in his varsity season, over 200 yards, 70 yards per carry, couple scores. He had 8 carries last week, got 2 there on first down.
Well, we have a bit of a JV game going on now, and these two teams met in a JV game that actually was pretty competitive for the most part. Coach Braithwaite was talking about that. Just felt like, that they were pretty physical and all those kinds of things. Had a good game with them. 2nd down and 8. Yeah, Coach Johnson echoed the same thing. Said they were a very physical team. Here's a fullback carry, and off the right side, that play didn't quite look right there for the Irish. Maybe got one ball carrier as they umpile. Probably Isaac, I think.
Isaac Irish's first carry. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Irish again back on the road to Maxwell next week. Then they have the bye week, October 7th. Finish off the season against Perkins County, October 13th. That is a Thursday game. So it'll be one more Friday game in the regular season after tonight. Then postseason would be that following Thursday, and then it goes back to the Friday schedule. They're on out. 3:25 to go in this one, 3rd and 7. And it's off the right side. Irish run, and slipping down is the back. Not going to get anything. It'll be 4th down. It was Thomas Gale, his first carry of the game.
That's right.
And for only his 5th of the year.
And the front there, left to right, was Tyler Townsend and Cade Brandt, Caleb Neitzel, Ben Melton, and then the near side tight end was Cooper Swanson. So that group was out there up front.
Isaac Irish will punt. He has punted this year. He had a really nice punt back, I believe, against Cambridge. Got a couple punts, actually. This is a nice spiraling kick. Goforth going to catch it at his own 21, run right side, across the 30. Goforth running physical across the 35, up to midfield. That's a nice return of 19 yards by Goforth, who's big kid at 190 as just a sophomore. Boy, he's going to be a bruiser in the backfield for the Mavericks the next couple years. Takes it out to the 40, and that's where Sandhills Valley will take over. 2:28 to go. We're in this one.
Yeah, he is physical. He's kind of a bowling ball. He's pretty compact, and the Irish put a couple pretty good hits on him, but it just slowed him but didn't take him down.
Mavericks going to take a timeout here. We'll take another one with them. It's brought to you by Mid-Plains Community College. St. Pat's leading 43-0. 2:19 to go in this one on Husker Radio.
This is Marty Trashinsky. I'm proud to help sponsor another year of sports for our St. Pat's Irish teams. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, I'd be glad to help you out. I've been handling civil lawsuits, criminal cases, and general legal matters here in North Platte for over 30 years. Like our Irish teams, I know how to win. Call me at 534-4837 or visit my website at troshlaw.com. Experience you need, results you want, and let's go Irish.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. Reminder, our next football coverage next Friday. Well, volleyball coverage, though, St. Pat's will play on Tuesday next for our coverage. That will be a home match against Mullen next Tuesday night. Here from the 40, here comes the Maverick offense. And they'll pitch right side for Goforth. Cuts cross inside. Goforth moving the ball down to the Irish 35-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be second down.
Moving the ball and moving the pile a little bit also. Really physical.
Goforth came in on the year, 14 carries, 142 yards, almost 10 yards per carry. You see why. Got 5 there. Second down and 5, minute 56 to go. In the Mavericks, I mean, Perkins County could be a pretty good game next week at home. At Sutherland, who lost 60-0 to Perkins County tonight, and then Arapahoe at home. They got some tough games here to finish off the regular season. But I think a very game team. Pitch near side, Goforth. On 2nd and 5, gets to the outside edge, lowers his head. Boy, you like the way he runs. He just lowers his head and goes. And he takes it down to the 30. It's a first down run.
Pretty good speed there, too. I think it was maybe Trey Fermansky or somebody popped into the backfield and was giving chase. And Goforth was just able to race to the sideline there and make a good gain.
Mavericks move the chains. Minute 18 to go in this one. St. Pat's again up 43-0. I know Coach A here still coaching. He would like a shutout, I'm sure, in this one. Here's 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. And the quarterback pitches right. It's just Goforth left, Goforth right. This time he goes right. He goes 4th. He gets 9. That's probably, I would say, been used somewhere on a broadcast this year.
You did it. You worked it in there pretty smoothly.
I can give him 10, first down run.
Yeah,
or maybe, yep, they'll give him 10.
Mason Giebler on the tackle there, and Mason was the last line of defense, so he did a good job of cutting him down. You know, he's size-wise quite a differential there, so Mason made a nice tackle. 1st and 10 from the 20. And the Maverick offense. Then back Goforth left side. Irish anticipate it this time. They get Ben Melton and Braxton Richards to hold him up. It takes both of them, though, to pull him back. Goforth he's not going to give up on a play. That time didn't get anything, and that might be the last play of this one with 19 seconds to go. It looks like North Platte St. Pat's
is probably going to close this one out with a victory, 43-0 at home, and the Irish improved to 6-0 on the year here at Knights of Columbus Field. We'll take a timeout. It's a final in this one. St. Pat's 43, Sandhills Valley 0. Our quick stop postgame show will begin right after this. You're listening to High School Football on Husker Radio.
A proven track record of success. It's what you expect, and that's what you get from Lindemeyer Law Office of North Platte. With more than 130 years of combined legal experience, the attorneys at Lindemeyer Law Office have handled it all with personalized and aggressive representation both in and out of the courtroom. Attorneys Robert Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Shantae Durham, and Kent Turnbull are ready. Having the right experience in court is critical. Call Lindemeyer Law Office at 308-534-6740 or visit flatrocklaw.com.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For a no-hassle quote, see local Shelter Insurance agents Pete Voles or Brent Rocco in North Platte today.
You want to support North Platte Catholic Schools? One great way is to support the Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. The Bargain Bin is open Fridays and Saturdays, 10 to 3, and sells everything from household items, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, your donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Thursday, 9 to noon, and Friday and Saturday, 10 to 3. After hours, call St. Pat's Catholic Church. All proceeds benefit the North Platte Catholic Schools.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Knights of Columbus Field. It's our quick stop post-game show just around every corner. Fast, easy, and convenient with 6 locations throughout North Platte. Also locations in Ogallala, Hershey, Grant, and Imperial. On the road everywhere, it is quick stop. North Platte St. Pat's picks up the victory 43-0 here over the Sandhills Valley Mavericks. Irish get to 6-0 on the year as Sandhills Valley drops to 4-1. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley, Coach, one thing running through the stats, just a quick glance, this is a team that's a little more balanced than most. And I thought the Irish did a great job at pass defense today. I mean, Leighton Connell 1 for 11, 0 yards, an INT. They did get the 29-yard completion by Starr. He also threw an INT, though. So that's 2 completions for the Mavericks and 2 INTs for the defense. And Irish, wondered how that was going to turn out because they had a big target in Cole Kramer and did a good job of pretty much making that not a factor in the game.
Yeah, I think Coach A had a good plan. They had a lot of attention around Kramer and made it difficult. And the other thing that made it difficult is Connell didn't have much of a chance to set his feet to throw the ball, and he was under duress pretty early in a number of those plays. The thing I guess that probably surprised me a little bit is I felt like from what I knew about Sandhills Valley that they may be able to possess the ball and burn some clock and get some first downs, but I envisioned it being 2 and 3 and 4 yards at a time, and it really wasn't like that for the number of first downs. I don't know what that number was that they had, but it was more not much, even tackle for loss, that type of thing, and then a big play. They broke loose on a couple scrambles. Burnside got loose a time or two, and so there were. The way that they were able to possess the ball was a little bit unconventional.
North Platte St. Pat's again the win 43-0. It was, really in that first half, a couple big plays. Number one, the INT at the 4-yard line by James Hyriggs, and then 2 huge runs by Jackson Roberts of 69 and 73 yards. Really were the 3 monster plays of this entire game.
Yeah, I think, again, I said it a couple times during the broadcast, but I felt like maybe that the Mavericks defense maybe wore down a little bit. I don't know that, but it just felt like early on they were really solid in their tackling, and as the game progressed, maybe got worn down a little bit, and Jackson was able to break a few tackles. A couple of those runs, he broke a number of tackles, and made big runs out of them.
Irish get the victory again, 43-0 here today, and now we'll go to Maxwell next week with a 6-0 record. And I think this team was excited to play a team that would be physical. I think they certainly were in that respect. And this was a game they got up 6-0, and then got a punt early in the first quarter. That hadn't happened much, so responded well to something they haven't seen much this year, and we'll get Coach Braithwaite's thoughts, but thanks for your time again. We'll see you in Maxwell next Friday.
Thank you. We'll look forward to it.
All right, Irish again, 43-0 here in this one. It is our Quick Stop post-game show. We'll get you the numbers brought to you by Condon Signs here in just a moment. Coach Braithwaite with us, though, here on the post-game. Coach, pretty good effort, I thought, from the guys. I mean, Jackson Roberts, kind of your workhorse today, needed him, and he delivered.
Yeah, I thought for the most part, I'd like to start by, talking about our seniors. What a fun, fun ball game for our seniors on senior night. Not just the guys that got to play tonight, but including Josh Davies, Caleb Engler, just guys that have been in the program. This is a fun night for all of our seniors, and yeah, I thought we played pretty well in 2 of the 3 phases of the game, maybe 2.5 of the 3 phases, and it was good to see Jackson get loose a couple times.
He I think at one point, you knew you were going to see some physicality in this game. I think you saw it right away. It was tough sledding right away. You had to go 9 plays to get 32 yards to score, and then they forced a punt. So at that point, all right, now you got a team that's going to punch you back a little bit, and it looked like the Irish were ready to take it up another level.
I thought we were too. I thought we really established ourselves up front as the game went along. We've talked to our kids about that, especially the last couple of weeks when we're seeing 7, 8-man boxes. That's going to happen. You're going to have some 2nd and 9s, maybe some 3rd and 6s, but you saw what happened also. When they play that many guys close to the line of scrimmage, you'll have 3 or 4 plays where you go 70, especially with our guys that we get to hand the ball to.
Yeah, Jackson Roberts goes for 227, I think maybe the 2nd or 3rd most of his career. Some big runs and highlight plays in that one. And you mentioned the seniors. I called out Luke Ekdahl, who had a big block. He got on the broadcast. Matthew Phelps had some really nice plays, I thought, on the defensive end spot. So good night for that senior group to showcase, because, guaranteed you got one more home game. Hopefully some playoff games, but guaranteed just one more.
Absolutely. I thought Luke did some nice things up front. He got a little more playing time tonight than he has in the normal rotations. It was good to see him play well. I thought Matthew Phelps maybe played his best game of his career tonight. I thought he was all over the field defensively. And then, you have your bookend with number 81 over there with Brecken, and that makes us pretty tough on the perimeter. And so, I was happy for both those kids.
Well, Irish get the win 43-0. Wasn't the cleanest game. You had quite a few penalties in this one, and I won't mention that. The 2-point conversion, extra point, that was just couldn't get in a groove there.
It's been mentioned quite a bit on the sideline, Tanner, so you don't have to bring it up right now. No, honestly, though, that's something we've been really, really good at and really efficient at all year. And then tonight we just had way too many breakdowns, and that's something that'll get you beat down in playoff time. And so that's something we got to clean up, along with the penalties. Some of those were just undisciplined penalties. Some of them were a little shaky, and so that's something we got to clean up moving forward, and something we can improve on.
Well, the good news is your extra points have been really pretty effective most of the year. I think he was 26 to 29 prior to today, so I think that's obviously something that's maybe just a one-time thing. But Irish get the win, 43-0. Go to Maxwell next week. Only 2 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're getting down to the end of the season here. Finally got a little taste of football weather tonight, maybe more so during the week than we did tonight. Right. And so hopefully that continues. And, we got 2 more, and then hopefully we can see what we can do in the playoffs.
Congrats on the win. St. Pat's 6-0. We'll see you in Maxwell next Friday.
Right, thanks, Tanner. Hey, happy 40th, by the way.
Oh, and then he throws the headset out and walks away before there could be a rebuttal on that. It's not 40. It's not even close to 40, frankly. It's getting there, though. All right, let's get to post-game numbers brought to you by Condon Signs of North Platte. Condon is North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs creates custom monument signs, pylon signs, commercial awnings, and much more. They'll also service your existing signs. Quality and knowledge since 1991. Visit them on the corner of 8th and Viner at condonsigns.com. For St. Pat's unofficially with 326 total yards, 296 on the ground, 33 through the air. Jackson Roberts, 12 carries, 226 7 yards, 3 touchdowns. 10 carries, Will Motes, 51 yards, 2 scores. Sam Trzynski, 3 carries, 4 yards. Jackson Nicely, 2 carries, 8 yards, and a touchdown. Tickle with a carry, Giebler with a carry, Heirigs with a carry, Irish with a carry, and Gale with a carry. Trzynski threw the air 2 for 6, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Did have the INT his first of the year. Brecken Erickson, 1 carry, 1 catch, 16 yards, the touchdown. And Will Motes, 1 catch, 17 yards. 1 turnover, 13 first downs, 8 penalties, 74 yards for the Irish. That is a season high. Sandhills Valley, meanwhile, 157 total yards, 128 on the ground, 29 through the air. Jackson Starr, 21 carries. He was a workhorse, 56 yards. 10 carries for Burnside, 22 yards. Leighton Connell, 10 carries, 21 yards. Coy Johnston, 3 carries, 7 yards. And B.J. Goforth, 5 carries, 22 yards. Connell through the air, 1 for 11. No yards, 1 catch. An INT. Starr, 1 for 3 through the air, 29 yards, and an INT. 1 completion to Kramer for 0 yards. Irish did a good job on 88. He had 17 catches coming into today. I thought he was tremendous and this season, and Irish really did a good job of blanketing him. Burnside, 1 catch, 29 yards. 2 turnovers for the Mavericks, 11 first downs, 6 penalties for 40 yards. Those are your post-game numbers brought to you by Condon Signs. And now time for our Swift Auto Center play of the game.
It's time for the Swift Auto Center Irish play of the game. This time, 5-step drop back to throw. Steps out, throws, ball is going to be, is it intercepted? James Heirigs, did he catch that? It was flipped out. I think they're going to call it an INT for James Heirigs. Oh, what a play. 23 somehow was able to just crawl out. That kind of fell right into his hands, but that was a heck of a play by 23, his first takeaway of the year.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give Jackson Roberts an opportunity to be a part of this as well.
High formation behind him. They'll give it right side. Jackson Roberts. Jackson across the 10. He's going to push forward, fight through a tackler. Here he goes. Oh, my goodness. What a run. He is taking it to the house again. Jackson Roberts putting on a display. Give him 74 yards and a touchdown.
That was his 3rd long touchdown of the, actually, that was number 2 of the game, and a tremendous job by Jackson Roberts today on the ground for North Platte St. Pat's. He goes again for 12 carries, 227 yards. That's your Swift Auto Center play of the game. Let's get your player of the game today. It's brought to you by the Telecom Home Team, Allo Communications. Allo is taking tech to the next level with products and services that provide its fiber fans with an all-star experience. If you're ready to up your internet game, go to allocommunications.com and get Allo today. It's got to be Jackson Roberts, 12 carries, 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, touchdown runs of 69, 73, and 55. For what it's worth, unofficially now, we'll restat it, see where it's at, but 227. He had 2 100-yard games last year. He had 2 as a freshman, so that's the 5th of his career, and that is the tied right now for the 3rd most in his career in a single game. He, by the way, also has now, let me get this correct. I got a stat here. Well, maybe I don't have the stat. No, 2 or more rushing touchdowns in 15 straight games. He gets 3 more here today. So Jackson Roberts, our Allo Fiber player of the game with 227 rushing yards and 3 scores. It's going to wrap it up tonight from Knights of Columbus Field. Big thanks to Coach Kevin Dodson for the pregame chat, Coach Brad Braithwaite for the postgame chat, and as always, the best man in the color business, color commentary business in Mr. Bill O'Malley for the help tonight. In your final, North Platte St. Pat's gets the victory here, 43-0. Best of luck to Sandhills Valley. They will be back in action against Perkins County. Husker Radio will have them on the game of the week for sure at later on in the year. I believe we'll have the Sutherland game on October 7th. And I know we're hoping to be able to pick up that Arapahoe season finale on the 13th. So stay tuned, and we'll certainly have some post-game or post-season. I think that's a team that's certainly going to be in the playoffs for this one. So we'll be covering them later on in the year as well. And North Platte St. Pat's back in action next Friday at Maxwell. We'll have it for you, 7 o'clock kickoff from Maxwell. I'm Tanner Struckman saying so long from Knights of Columbus Field. Again, big thanks to also Brecken Collins for a terrific job on our video side. 43-0. Irish get the win. This has been high school football on Husker Radio.
This has been coverage of North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. For a copy of today's game, contact the station at 308-532-3344. And for a full list of upcoming broadcasts, go to huskerradio.com. This has been a Husker Radio production.